Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation. And in particular, I want to address the censors for the community guidelines. And we had a problem last week where 3 different times you interrupted our live because of a huge miscommunication. So let's go through the 3 things for the censors. Number one, you said there were substances on here that could be harmful to people on the live. That's not true. We only quote from peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. So everything we're talking about is, number one, it's food. There are no substances. Number two, it's proven medically to be 100% safe. So that's inaccurate. Number two, you said that it's an extreme diet or that we were doing body dysphoria or body image. Again, none of that is true. This is not a diet, it is a detox. And what we're showing people is the effects of the toxic chemicals we're breathing into our body and how it causes, it gets deposited in our fat cells and how our fat cells expand. It's nothing to do with body image, it's a medical fact. And these medical studies published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world prove that it's safe, it's not a diet, it's a detox. And people are able to keep it off. As a matter of fact, the third thing you said was we're diverting people away to buy products. There are no products. We've never had a product for sale. We don't have an intention to have any products for sale. The only thing we give to the audience is free medical proof. And the body images that they're seeing are based on what happens when you can detox your body. It has nothing to do with body image. It has to do with the safety and the health of us as human beings. This is also a registered, this protocol we talk about called protein pacing, which we didn't invent it, we're talking about it. It's a registered trademark by the U.S. Patent Office. So do you really think the U.S. Patent Office would issue a registered trademark to something that was unhealthy for people? Of course not. So hopefully that clears up all the misunderstandings that we've had with you as censors. I understand you're doing your job, but we also we feel like we have a huge obligation to the public to tell them what's really going on and why they're having such a terrible time losing weight on any of these diets, because there is no diet out there that addresses toxicity. And secondly, there's no diet. And I see you all the time, all these people on TikTok, they're making all these claims and they don't have one shred of medical evidence. We're the only people with actual real medical evidence, okay? Hello, Anonymous. I think that's who you are here. Let me just see here for once. Oh yeah, the raccoon looked bigger, better. I'm not sure what that means. Hello, Anonymous. Nice talking to you. Okay, so for everybody else, let's get going here now. Look, so she said 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just a natural detox, and discover how you can safely drop, in weeks, not months, weight while gaining 6 to 9% lean muscle, no exercise, and keeping it off. And it's backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. Now let's clear up some things right away. This is not a diet. 100% not a diet. There's no calorie counting. No one was even allowed to exercise. This is based on detoxification. Now, how many of you believe? Hope you do. The sad truth is we're living in an extremely toxic world, and we're ingesting toxins and poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And as we consume these, now I want the censors to hear this, as these chemicals are entering our body, the body is warning us because it's taking these poisons and stuffing them inside our fat cells, and the bloating that people complain about has nothing to do with vanity, has nothing to do with body dysphoria, has nothing to do with body image. It's the body signaling that you're storing chemicals inside your fat cells. And there's never been a diet, there's never been anything up until now that was medically proven to assist your own body in removing chemicals from the body. This detox is based on your body doing it. There are no products. And as a matter of fact, the only thing that you would ever consume on this is food and a new way of eating that allows you to allow your own body to detox you. We're all suffering from this. As a matter of fact, there's a new medical syndrome. Again, censors. This is a registered trademark U.S. Patent Office called TDOS. The T is for the toxic chemicals we're storing in our fat cells, driven by the lack of nutrition, causing us to be overweight and stressed. I discovered it, Peter Greenlaw. And this affects every person in the world. So again, back to the censors. I'm backing everything up with medical proof. We're having nothing to do with dieting. We're having nothing to do with body dysphoria. We're having nothing to do with substances. All we're giving to people is the absolute medical proof of what you can do to be as healthy as possible. And one of the side benefits is tremendous, safe, sustainable weight loss. So what it comes down for all of you is you want to discover how safely you can drop weight in weeks, not months. So here's what I'd like to do in the beginning. And then I promise I'll walk through any of you through exactly how this works. But in the meantime, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. We have an expression, just give us 4 days. Normally on this, you'll lose as much weight in the first 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet. You lose no water weight, and they all, although they were not allowed to exercise, they wore Fitbits. They gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. So again, who would like to have us give you an evaluation? And also, I'm going to tell you, there's a, hello, Shami. Here, there is a free, this is the free medical website called the New Health Conversation. And the only thing on the website, again, for the censors, there are no products to buy. The only thing on that website is the medical proof, including an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. He's rated #1, and he and his team invented this. They have no products to sell. They don't have a company. They're scientists. So I just want you all to zero in on this. This is so amazing because it's based on food and a new way of eating that allows your own body to detoxify. Now, let me back up for just one more second. Did you all know that last night, as long as you didn't eat too late, when you went to sleep, your body automatically detoxes every single night? It's called autophagy, and every night your body has to get rid of the dead cells. You don't want dead cells hanging around because bad things can happen. So that happens every single night. But that process, autophagy, with current foods and things like that, it's not powerful enough to pull these poisons out of your, what's called your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is the fat around your organs. And you all complain to us about how much bloating you have. It's not about cosmetics. It's not about body dysphoria. It's not about body image. It's literally telling you, your body's telling you that you're storing chemicals inside your fat cells. Does anyone think it's a good idea to store poisons inside your fat cells? I would hope not. I would hope that your #1 motivation in being curious about this is what it can do for your health. Because in the medical, by the way, this is the most comprehensive medical research that's ever been done in history for health, nutrition, and weight loss. Notice weight loss is #3. The #1 thing here is health. In the studies, medically they proved, that blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all came down dramatically just in 30 days. For the first time ever, they found hunger came down about 60% in a month. The diabetics on this, their need for insulin came down 50% in a month. And here was a huge one, inflammation, which plagues every one of us. It came down 25% in a month. And the other part about this is how easy it is to maintain it. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. So again, I would ask any of you, hello Sammy, hello Brian, hello Texas Trish. I would ask any of you, I mean, are you curious? Are you a little bit curious about your own health? Because this is about your health. The weight loss is the throw-in. It's going to happen so dramatically if a few of you want to volunteer. And I just need to know, are you a man, a woman? How tall are you and what your current weight is? And I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. It'll blow your mind. Let me give you in general terms. In general terms, you'll lose as much weight on this in 4 days as in 8 weeks of any diet you've ever been on in your life. Again, she said 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox, and you can discover how much you can safely drop in weeks, not months, while building 6 to 9% lean muscle with no exercise and keeping it off, and it's backed and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. See, why are you all following? Oh, Jess, okay. I'm a woman, I'm 35, I'm 5'4". Right, but I don't know how much you weigh, Jess. You have to tell me how much you weigh so that I can determine how much you're going to lose. So please put another comment in there about how much you... Shango, the detox that's what this is. And I'm going to explain it in a moment, Shango, but I'm answering somebody else's question, then I'll come back over to you in a second. Hello, Ryan Griffith. Hello, Sunny12. Hello, Shango. Kat Katricki. Hello, I'm saying, is it Kat? Oh, Kat Ricky. Sorry. Hi, Kat Ricky. Okay, 183, 5'4". All right. So at 5'4", you would want to be no more, absolutely no more than about 130. That's 53 pounds. Just P, get ready. In the first 4 days, you're going to lose at least 5 pounds. By Thanksgiving, I would see you at about 165. By Christmas, you probably would be about 148. So at 148 to get to 130, it's 18 more pounds. Easily by second or third week in January, Jess, you will be 130. Tell me how excited. Put it in the chat. How excited would you be based on that? And keep in mind, it's no calorie counting, and they didn't do exercise. It's a detox. And also, you're going to be able to keep it off for the rest of your life. So, Shango, first of all, Shango, if you want, oh, you like that. You give me a heart. That's wonderful. And do you understand where you can go? Can you read right above her name there in red, the new health conversation, or in blue, the new health conversation right above her head? Can you see that, Jess? Give me a yes, because that's the free website you'd want to go to. And if you go there, everybody, we will not contact you. We don't do that. You are in charge. If you like what you see, you can scroll down and you get a free consultation, Jess, and you get free coaching the whole time. There's no gimmicks, there's no tricks, there's no other shoe. We all got coached. And what's happening is people are going on this, they're having spectacular results, and some of them are coming and saying, look, I'd like to help somebody else because someone helped me. See, Jess, the movement, the new health conversation is a movement, Jess. It's not there's no products, there's no company. It's like-minded people wanting to help other people. I know in this world we're living in today that's so divisive that it's just so wonderful to be part of this. And Jess, I started this 23 years ago with one person, and that was me. And Jess and everybody else, including Shango, we've helped over 500,000 people do this in 23 years. I would hope more of you would be interested in finding out about this and how you can do it. It's not a diet. And we have no likes, none. Can you please tap on your phones if you like the content? Let's get some likes going, because that's sort of my energy to tell me, hey, what you're sharing with people is of value, because it is. And the other thing I will tell you, Jess and everybody else, this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So Jess, it's safe, it's real, everything's backed up scientifically. What do you think about that? Is that just great for all of you? Now, let's come back to Shango for a moment here. So Shango, I didn't forget you. What's the detox? All right. So Shango, and you don't have to, but if you tell me if you're a man or a woman, how tall and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you lose the weight on the detox, and then I'll explain to all of you how the detox works. Got it, everybody? Hello, Aunt One Price. Hello? Oh, Nikki. How about Gitsy Boo 4? How about Kim Curry? How about Cassie? Okay. Cassie, I think you were on yesterday, actually, on one of my lives. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I think you were. So again, Shango, do you want to know, like, how? Okay, well, what I'm going to do, everybody, I'm going to explain again, for the first time ever, how does the detox work? Like I said to you before, some of you heard me say it, some of you didn't. Last night, when we all went to sleep, as long as nobody ate too late, the body basically digested our food, shut down digestion for the most part, and turned on a natural detox mechanism built into all of us called autophagy, when the body's getting rid of dead cells. But the problem is we are storing, all of you, hopefully you believe this, you're storing herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants inside your body, inside specifically your visceral fat. And those fat cells, in order to accommodate these poisons, is taken on the poison and water, and the fat cell expands. Don't let anybody tell you that you burn fat on a diet or exercise. That's just completely false. It's not true. You're born with a certain number of fat cells. You die with a certain number of fat cells. I'm going over it right now, Suf. I'm doing it. I'm explaining it to you right now. So if you believe you're toxic, which we all are, you're on the right podcast. If you don't think you're toxic, you're wasting your time. Don't listen to me. So what happens is that as the body is accumulating these poisons, that's why you end up with all the bloating. So the people who invented it wasn't us. Other researchers who are voted the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world, they'd done 100 studies over 40 years. They were paid to analyze diets, and they never found in 40 years a diet where people lost weight and kept it off, and 2/3 of everybody ended up gaining more weight than they lost. And the really sad part, when they measured, and they did this, Every diet, I don't care what the name, keto, paleo, Mediterranean, time-restricted eating, zone diet, I don't care what the diet was, 25 to 40% of the actual pounds you're losing on any of these diets is your lean muscle mass, which slows down your metabolism. That's why you plateau and gain all the weight back. But worse, by losing lean muscle, which you do on every diet, it slows down your own immune system. So whatever diet you're on now, you're literally making yourselves unhealthy. So the researchers abandoned calorie counting to do this. And they found the research, or they found these people, you've all heard of, I think you all heard of blue zones, where a lot of the people are living to be 100 years old, no one's overweight, and hardly anybody gets sick. And they were doing 3 things that are incorporated into this new approach. Number 1, much smaller servings of food, but the foods they were eating had huge amounts of nutrition. The third thing they were doing was detoxing. They were detoxing every 2 or 3 months. I'm going to explain that to you in just a moment. That's how this works. So here's what they did. They put a grocery list together that you all would get if you decide to do this. You buy nothing from us. We don't have any products. There's no substances. No, you're buying food from 30, but only 30% of whatever you spent last month and consumed would come from your grocery store: proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. You got it? And the researchers picked them based not on how much was on your plate, but how much nutrition they had. The other 70% of what you would spend money-wise and consume doesn't come from any grocery store anywhere in the world, depending where you're listening to this. It came from these other researchers that had gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and really small amounts of food, which is, in a minute you'll understand, that's what's going to allow you to detox, to have your body detox. There is no such thing as a product you can take to detox your body. It's just nonsense. It's just, there's no medical proof behind it, okay? So the researchers, now they had the 2 food groups, you understand? So your total amount of money you spent last month, 30% of those dollars at your grocery store and 70% to these exotic foods around the world. And most people say it's about the total amount they spent on food last month, or maybe another $25, $30 a week. That's it. It's very, very affordable, okay? Remember, this is food. There's no supplements, no lotions, potions, pills, elixirs, shots. No, nothing like that. Okay, so then they had the foods, and here's what they did. They invented a new way of eating. It's actually a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office called protein pacing. You all can Google it. 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. Imagine on a diet eating 4 times a day. Breakfast was these exotic foods around the world that the researchers have called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. Lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner from these exotic foods around the world. Then 2 days a week, here's the detox. Number 1, no food from the grocery store at all. Only these exotic foods around the world. But this time, she ate 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. And this is what allowed her to detox. They were then able to give her really small amounts of food, but the foods coming from these faraway regions had huge amounts of nutrition. So she was able to detox. Now, how do we know that she detoxed? Here's how. Because the researchers, this protocol is the most advanced medical research ever done on health, nutrition, and weight loss. And they proved through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis that this protocol was assisting her body in pulling these poisons out of her fat cells, and that's why she shrank. I know a lot of you say, oh, it's a different woman. It's actually the daughter of a friend of mine. It's not a different woman. You just think it is because, again, you lose 60 pounds in 3 months. You're going to look a lot different than you do now as well. Now, but that wasn't all. Not only did they prove it was a detox, but the other medical benefits were crazy. Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all came down dramatically in 30 days. And here were 2 of the really big ones. The diabetics on this, their need for insulin came down 50%. People that were pre-diabetic, in 30 days, they were no longer pre-diabetic. Also, what happened, inflammation, which is the underlying cause of every disease out there, it came down 25% a month. No diet has ever produced anything like this, not even in the same zip code, okay? And then maintenance, simple maintenance. The exotic foods around the world for breakfast, that's what I had this morning. I had lunch a while ago, and I'll have dinner tonight. So once you get to your goal, you're having 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then every 2 months, you do another detox. Now, again, you have to understand, this protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. This is not I'm not speculating. It's not an opinion on my part. There's no products to buy. You're buying food and a new way of eating, and you're going to be able to sustain it for the rest of your life. Now, why do you need to do a detox like every couple months then? because the toxins aren't going on vacation, and you're not going to get them all out in 30 or 60 or 90 days. It's an ongoing process. But right now, what are you doing to remove chemicals from your body? Zero. Any diet you're on right now, according to all the studies, including Medicare, listen to this. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare looked at long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The study showed that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on any diet. In summary, Medicare said there's little support for the notion that any diet leads to lasting weight loss or health benefits. What are you all doing? A lot of you are on here looking low, maybe kicking the tires. This isn't real. It is real. You're kidding yourselves. You're just kidding yourselves. Name a diet you think works long term. There's no evidence to back it up. No. And 2/3 are going to weigh more than you do now. Yeah, I get very emotional and excited for all of you. We've helped 500,000 people. How about becoming 500,001? Well, actually, it's more than 500,000 minimum. In 500,000 people, you think we know what we're doing? That's why I ask you, if you want, right here, you go to this website, the new health, So here's the website, the New Health Conversation. I'm posted it right below your name, B. McLeese. But again, B. McLeese, do you understand? I'm not questioning you, I'm just asking you. Do you understand the significance of peer-reviewed human trial medical studies published in these huge medical journals like the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, Nutrients, the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, which is one of the top 5 medical journals in the world? And the study they did on this had nothing to do with the weight loss. It was gut microbiome remodeling and metabolic profile improved in response to protein pacing. This is not about, it's not a diet. It's not about losing weight. That happens to be a side benefit. The main reason to do this is to detoxify your body and maximize your health. Isn't that the most important thing to all of you? If it's not, I don't know, then I can't help you. We think we're going to just hang around, and thank God we have all these drugs. There's so many people that need them in order to live. But the drug is treating the symptom. It's not treating the cause. And, even the shots. Let's talk about the shots, okay? I'm going to show all of you this young woman. She needed to lose 30 pounds. You can see. Now, look, here's the shot. New England Journal of Medicine, 68 weeks. Once semaglutide in adults. I'm going to read from the study. After 68 weeks, the weight loss was 32 pounds, and of the 32 pounds they lost, 40% was lean muscle mass. She lost 21 pounds in a month and gained 6 to 9% lean muscle with no exercise. And I'm not against the shots. They're helping diabetics and people who are morbidly obese. But if you think it's anything other than a glorified diet, you're wrong. Are you excited about 32 pounds in 68 weeks? Really? With potential side effects? Really? Do it. This will make every kind of diet weight loss program completely obsolete, where they should be. I mean, it's a bandage. Good, Sasha. I'm glad you agree with me. And B. McLeese, does this make sense to you? And Virgo Queen. Lots of you coming on now. Cat Glam. Okay, so here's what I'll do. Let's go back to the original. Hold on here just a second. So, this is the daughter of a friend of mine, 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox, and discover how much you can safely drop in weeks, not months. If you're willing to, come on chat. Are you man or woman? How tall are you and your current weight? And I'll tell you how, listen, you're not an experiment. We got the data from 500,000 people in 23 years. If I know if you're male or female, your height and your approximate weight, I know I'm going to be within, pretty darn close to how much you can lose, how fast. I just say in general, right? So yes, thank you, McLeese. Okay, you get it. You do understand the significance of peer-reviewed human trial studies. Thank you very much. So Michael Bowers or Martine or lots of you coming on here, Cot Glam. And come on, everybody, let's get some taps on that phone. We're only at 299 likes after 24 minutes. Do I suck this afternoon, everybody? Maybe I do. I don't know. Listen, everybody, this is your chance to hit the do-over button for the rest of your life. Otherwise, you're going to go off this podcast, and what are you going to do? If any of you are honest, put it in the chat. If you wanted to lose just 20 pounds, just 20, how long would you really give yourself? This is not a diet. I'm hammering it home. Not a diet, not a diet, not a diet. And they didn't allow anybody to exercise. So again, now we're getting lots of stars. Thank you all. Tap, tap, tap if you like the content. It's my fuel to keep me excited and going. I want to help as many of you as I can. We have the medical proof to prove to you this. Why would you go on a diet maybe to lose a pound a week? Maybe, and 2/3 are going to gain more weight than your loss. Not my opinion. What in the heck is going on? What, how did we get so off base? I mean, it's just crazy. Yeah, this looks great. Well, terrific. Okay, here we go. Michael Bowers, age 5'10", 240. Okay, Michael. We'd want you to be at 5'10", about 170, that's 70 pounds. Michael, you're going to lose on this, on average. Now remember, Michael, we've done 500,000 people in 23 years. I'm giving you we have the data. At your height and your current weight, how quickly could you, what can you do? Well, first of all, I'll tell you this, in the first 4 days, you'll lose 6 or 8 pounds. Easily by Thanksgiving, you'll be 220. By Christmas, you'll be 200 or less. Let's go to 200. That means 30 more pounds. Michael, by the first or second week in February, you will be 170. Put in the chat, how excited would you be about that? Also, Michael, in the first week, anticipate losing 2 to 4 inches off your waist in a week with no exercise. Michael, I did this 23 years ago. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, went from a 42-inch waist to a 34-inch waist in 14 days, and I've now a 34-inch waist still today, 23 years later. Michael, yeah, I know, Michael. See, Michael, thank you for doing it. Listen, for all of you, you have an unbelievable chance to change your lives. Michael was kind enough to come on. I want to help you. I'm not going to, what do you think? I'm going to criticize you for your height and your weight? No, there's no judgment because it's not even a diet. It's a detox. Michael, what you have to understand is that weight is your body getting rid of those chemicals and the water that's inside that fat cell out of your body, and you're shrinking at the same time, Michael. I mean, Michael, how excited would you be 2 to 4 inches off your waist in the first week? You better get a hole punch for your belt. I'm serious. It's crazy. Most women on this, I see Blessed Child too. Most women on this is a whole dress size, ladies, in a week with no exercise. Unless you think I'm lying, why wouldn't you all be lined up to have me give you an evaluation of how quickly you can do it? By the way, if you go to the website, everybody, you get a free consultation and free coaching the whole time. There's no gimmicks. We have nothing to sell you. There are no products. You're buying food. Our coaches will give you the grocery list you take to the grocery store and show you how to get these exotic foods around the world from the researchers directly. There's no middleman. There's no going through, no, nothing like that. Okay. So anyway, Michael, that's, and I'm going to put the website again for you, Michael, and everybody else. It's the New Health Conversation. And if you, let me spell conversation right, that would help. And I did spell conversation wrong. I do that sometimes. Conversation. Just I try and type too fast. I know how to spell it. All right, so there it is in white, everybody, at the very bottom, the New Health Conversation, okay? And Michael, that would be great. I can't imagine it being that fast. Michael, I didn't even want to show you. Okay, now, Michael, I'm going to show you extraordinary. So, Michael, this is a 65-year-old man, a diabetic. What I'm telling you, Michael, are the low numbers. Now, watch this. Now, this is extraordinary. You ready, Michael? 40 pounds in a month, 40.8 pounds. But look at his A1C, Michael, from 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. Triglycerides, 242 to 124. That's in a month. So, Michael, what I gave to you was half of what he produced. Do you understand why? See, Michael, I'd rather underpromise and overperform. Would you be mad at me if you're at your goal at Christmas time? I don't think so. But I don't want to tell you that because it's already tough enough. Yeah, I know. Well, and then look at this guy here. Everybody. Look at that, 34 pounds in 29 days, Michael. But look at how much he shrank. See, that's what I want you all to understand. This is a detox. His change in his body is because he's getting healthier by his body. His body is able to pull these poisons out of his fat cells, and those fat cells are shrinking. And don't let anybody ever tell you burn fat on a diet or an exercise. You're not burning fat here. You're born with a certain number of fat cells. You die with a certain number of fat cells, and your fat cells expand and contract over your lifetime. Look at what happened to him. Look at it. Wow. Look, you're right. I lose 15 kilograms with your advice. Good, Nassar. It's somebody that obviously must be doing it. I don't know these people that are coming on. I mean, I'm doing 4 to 5 lives a day. We're trying to reach as many people as we possibly can. So again, Michael, when I'm showing you, now here's an even better one. Look at this. Wait, let me show you. Andy, where is it? Oh, here it is. Look at that, Michael. 45 pounds in 30 days. 45. And his A1C from 7.9 to 6.2. Now, Michael, unless you think we're photoshopping this, right? So, yeah, I would hope you'd all be saying, wow, hello, pineapple. Who else would like to? Now, listen, if you're willing, anybody, if you'll tell me your current height and your current weight. Oh, blessed child, I didn't do you, I'm sorry. So you're 5'2", 150. Okay, blessed child, we would want you to be about 115. That's 35 pounds. Oh, this is going to be easy, blessed child. You'll lose 4 or 5 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, you're probably going to be 135 and 135. You'll be at your goal weight by Christmas. Just let me ask you this. If you walk in at Christmas and you're 120, blessed child, is there a better Christmas gift you could ever give to yourself than that? Tell me what it would be. What would it be? I know, Michael, you keep saying I can't imagine it being that fast, but I'm giving you averages. I mean, then if we look at Julie, this is even more crazy. Look at that, Michael, 35 pounds in 37 days. But what I want you to notice, all of you, is the shrinkage. It's not body dysphoria. It's not body image. It's that she's getting healthier by what? By being able to have her own body remove the chemicals. That's why she's shrinking. By the way, no exercise allowed. They wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. So does everybody see this? I mean, is this just crazy good? So now you understand how she lost 60 pounds in 90 days. No diet, just natural detox. So who else? Blessed child, you didn't tell me. How excited would you be about those numbers? Give me some psychic income. Make me feel good that what I'm telling you, but it's real. Listen, blessed child, we've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. 500,000. You think I'm just making numbers up? I'm not. Everything I'm showing you here, and the other thing is, blessed child and everybody else, this protocol that is producing this, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, proving it's safe, it's real, and it really does work. But one of the big keys here is having you be able to keep the weight off for the rest of your life. Come on, everybody. Who else would like to have me do an evaluation? Are you man or woman? How tall are you? Your current weight? And I'll tell you here's a teaser. Most of you are going to lose as much weight on this in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on in your lifetime. That's just the fact. That's just, we're just used to it. I mean, you'd think that, oh my God, that's amazing. That's average. What I'm showing you here is really average on this. It's at least 5 pounds a week. You all know, don't kid me. I've had people, I say, if you want to lose 20 pounds, the least amount of time I've ever seen is 3 months. A lot of them 6 months. A lot of people come on, they tell me about the shot. They've been on the shot for 6 months. They haven't lost an ounce. Look, why are you fighting science? Why? It has nothing to do with me. I didn't do the science. I didn't do the studies. But you've got the proof. My gosh, you can lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of dieting, and you want to do a diet? Why? Why do you want to do a diet? They don't work. I got another big study here. Again, everything I'm sharing is not my opinion. They're all from medical studies. Why you shouldn't count calories. Truth is, calorie counting is a terrible approach for weight loss. While counting calories and restricting calories can help you lose weight in the short term, the approach has never been proven to keep weight off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people that try to counter restrict calories gain back more weight than they lost. And there's all this nonsense out there, like this time-restricted eating. Maybe some of you heard of it, where you fast for 16 hours and you eat for 8. Well, let's go to Harvard Medical School. Time-restricted eating, such as the popular 16-8 method, where you fast 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window, is often touted as a superior approach to weight loss and health compared to simple calorie restriction. However, the growing body of scientific evidence from randomized controlled trials and meta-analysis says that any benefits from time-restricted eating are due to the calorie deficit it creates rather than the timing itself. It's another hoax. It's just a diet. It has no bearing on how fast you're going to lose weight. It's no better than just lowering calories. And the problem with lowering calories, I'm going to challenge all of you. Can anybody give me the medical definition of a calorie? Let me shock you. Your body has no idea what calories are. Your body doesn't count calories. Your body has no idea what calories are. You have never in your lifetime ever been hungry for calories. Never, ever. Because you're alive because of three things, and one of them is not calories. Air, water, and what? Nutrition. Here's why your diets fail you. Every diet you're on right now fails you for this reason. When you reduce the amount of food you're consuming, that's a diet, you also reduce what? Nutrition. When you lower nutrition, the brain senses there's not enough fuel to run all the organs in the body, which are fueled by nutrition, not by calories, right? So the first thing it does, it turns to your muscles and uses them for fuel, unbelievably unhealthy, slowing down your metabolism. That's why you gain all the weight back on these diets and more. But worse, by losing lean muscle, guess what else you slow down? Your own immune system. Right now, whatever diet any of you are on, now you can get mad at me, you're making yourselves unhealthy. You're absolutely making yourselves unhealthy. See, the problem with diets and even with the sensors, etc., it's always about the pounds on the scale and the body image. No, that has nothing to do with it. Because the way you look on the outside, keep that in mind, is a reflection. It has no bearing on the way you look on the inside. Except in this case where the bloating is, your body's telling you you're storing poisons inside your visceral fat, everybody, including me, including you, including everybody. My God, they did a study on newborn infants about 8 years ago, and they looked at their cord blood at birth. Every baby was coming in the world with an average of 287 toxic chemicals in their blood at birth. How toxic do you think you are? And what are you doing about the toxins, all of you? Nothing. It's zero. Again, everybody, this is real. She shed 60 pounds in 90 days. No diet, just natural detox. And right now, I'm willing to tell you, discover how safely you can drop weight in weeks, not months. And you're going to gain 6 to 9% lean muscle. They all did. It was measured. And you can keep it off for the rest of your life. No diet you're on now, detox, has nothing to do with detox. The only thing that a diet is doing for you, and the only thing you're losing is your lean muscle mass. Well, 25 to 40% of the pounds. Did you hear what I just said? 25 to 40% of all the weight you're losing on any diet is lean muscle mass. I mean, it's just crazy. So who else would like to make a comment, or they've got a question about this? So Michael, are you clear? Are you excited about the prospects of this, Michael? And you know where you can go? Again, I'm going to put it in the chat for everybody. Here's the free website. I see you going on these sites, and people are trying to sell you recipes, and then you pay to have a coach. The coaching on this is 100% free. The consultation's free. The only thing you're buying, you have to buy something, not from us, food. What a novel concept. This works by you buying food. Hello? What am I missing? Am I crazy? Probably. Glorious. Well, number one, Glorious, part of it is a big part of it. We have kids at Giants 2 doing this. We have a lady 91 years old. We have people with no thyroids. We have people high. So the coaches, here's the general idea. The first month, let's say, you're going to spend take the total amount of you spent on food last month. Take 30% of that. That's all you're going to spend at the grocery store, and the other 70% goes to not us. We have nothing to sell you. Goes to these other researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to bring these foods back. So maybe you're going to spend another $25 a week over what you spent last month. But the other thing you all want to understand, and also you, Glorious, you need no supplements. Unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand contain, you ready for this, everybody, about 400 different nutrients. So you need no supplements at all. And also, Glorious, how are you going to produce this kind of result? And Glorious, there's no other way. There's no other medical proof ever laid down that shows that it is helping your own body get rid of the poisons. And otherwise, you're just storing them inside your body. So this isn't about like, you're not going to get a recipe. Oh, and Husky Loves. No, it's not at the New Health Conversation, Husky. It's just simply the New Health. At will take you to my my TikTok site, which I've got about 1,200 videos there, but there's no medical proof and you won't get a free coach, but you're welcome to go there too. So Husky Loves, go to just the New Health Conversation, not at the New Health Conversation. Does that make sense, Husky Loves? So again, Glorious or Husky Loves, if you'll tell me you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight and keep it off pretty much for the rest of your life. Or not. Oh, you got it, Husky Loves. Great. Husky Loves, would you like me to give you a quick evaluation of how, I don't know if you're man or husky. I'm assuming you like huskies maybe, is that the title? But I don't know if you're man or woman, how tall you are, your current weight. If you'll give me that, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose it on this. I'm not making things up. You understand, everyone? We have helped 500,000 people in 23 years. We have the data. If you'll tell me, male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, based on 23 years and 500,000 people, we have a pretty darn good idea about, with those parameters, how quickly you should anticipate getting the weight off and keeping it off forever. You're going to lose this. Okay, so Glorious, you're 5'3", 218. All right, thank you, Glorious. That's wonderful. And Husky, all right. So Husky is first, 5'5", 170. All right, we'd want you to be no more at 5'5", 130, that's 40 pounds. Husky, get ready for this. In the first 4 days, you're going to lose at least 5 pounds. By Thanksgiving, I see you at probably 155. By Christmas, I see you probably close to 137, 138. And by the first or second week in January, you'll be 130, Husky Love. That's with no exercise. And I'm underperforming the numbers. Do you understand? I'd rather underpromise and overperform. But put in the chat, Husky, how much would that excite you? And you're going to lose a whole dress size, Husky or Glorious, in the first week. You're going to drop a whole dress size on average. Remember, we've got 500,000, well, I don't know how many women, it was a big percentage was women. So we know what's possible, okay? Now, Glorious, you're 5'3", 218. So you're going to lose, Glorious, I would say in the first 4 days, 6 to 8 pounds. I'm going to see you at Thanksgiving at about 198. I would say Christmas, you're going to be close to either 180, 179, somewhere in that range. So let's go with 179. We'd want you to be down about 120. So 179, that's going to be 59 more pounds. For you, Glorious, you should be 120 by end of February. I know that sounds crazy to you. We see it all the time. Because I'm going to show you, Glorious and Husky, what happens. I have tried and tried. This would be all. I know Husky Loves. I got it. And I didn't even tell you all the best part. There's so much involved here. That's why you need a coach. Because I can't even answer all the questions. And people, there's individual, requirements, okay? Sure, Veronica, I'm happy to tell you. But Veronica, before I do that, would you like me to tell you, if you'll tell me, assuming you're female, how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight on this. But first, I'll tell you, even while you're waiting to do that, if that's what you want to do, it's not a diet. It has nothing to do. There's no calorie counting involved. No one's even allowed to exercise. It's all about detoxification. And one of the great side effects of detoxification is this tremendous safe weight loss. And instead of losing any lean muscle on here, you can see she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, as they all did. And no one was allowed to exercise. And the reason they didn't let them exercise, otherwise she said, oh, it was diet and exercise. That's why they lost weight. No, that has nothing to do with it. So Husky, again, for all of you, what I would recommend you do, go to this free website, write it down, take a screenshot, conversation. And what will happen if you go there, Veronica, we will not contact you. It's free to go there. We've made a commitment to all of you and the people that have joined us in the New Health Conversation, which, Veronica, is a movement. We have no products to sell. There's no products to buy on that website. The only thing there is the medical proof. But if you like what you see, Veronica, Well, okay, all right. Well, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, Veronica, because I don't know how tall you are, I'm going to give you the general idea. Um, if you need to lose 20 pounds, you can lose 20 pounds between now and Thanksgiving. I'm not kidding you. You'll lose 5 pounds in 4 days. I mean, that's how dramatic this is. But it's a detox. So that's what you want me to explain. I'm going to do it for you right now, for all of you. So let's focus in on something. So Veronica, do you believe we're living in a toxic world and that you're toxic along with me and everybody else on the planet? Because we are. Now, Veronica, to even put more proof behind that, this is a new medical syndrome. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. The T is for toxic chemicals we're storing inside of our visceral fat, driven by not enough nutrition in our food. The D is for deficiency. O for being overweight. S is for stress. Now, with 20 pounds, you're really not very high up in terms of what you need to lose, but you need to detox. And this is a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. And Veronica, it affects every person in the world. It was discovered by Peter Greenlaw. Well, that's me, Veronica. I discovered a medical syndrome that everybody in the world has. And I'm not trying to impress you, but I want to impress upon you, I'm not just some guy up here talking. I've written 4 best-selling books to some of the biggest medical doctors in the world. I did 20 shows on PBS, interviewed on the 4 biggest daytime shows in America, and did over 1,500 live lectures around the world, and spoke in front of over 500,000 people in universities and hospitals. They even flew me to China. So everything I'm sharing with you is based on medical proof and science. Now, I didn't do these studies that we're referring to, and I'm going to explain how the detox works here in a moment. So, Veronica, are you? Oh, there it is. Can you see it? And there's no books to buy on my website. So don't think, I don't want to get in trouble with the censors. We're not selling anything, okay? So I'm just making a point. This is a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, and it's really me. My name really is Peter Greenlaw. You can all Google me if you want. That's fine. But I'm not coming at this as some like health coach or nothing wrong with them. They don't have any medical research. They haven't done any. I mean, you can't, again, I'll shock any of you. Veronica, can you tell me anybody you've seen on social media with one shred of medical evidence? One shred. I don't care if they're an MD, PhD, chiropractor, dietitian, nutritionist. They're all chatting, but no proof, no medical proof. What makes this so different is we have the medical proof that it's real. So here's what they did. The researchers who created this, Veronica. They had done 100 studies on human beings over 40 years, thousands of people, never ever found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. And the main thing that they determined was 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost. And the weight that people were losing, 25 to 40%, is lean muscle mass, which slows down metabolism. That's why people gain all the weight back, right? So last night, when you went to sleep, I went to sleep. Everybody goes to sleep as long as we don't eat too late. The body done digesting food. So the digestive tract is basically neutral. And then because of that, the body turns on a natural detox mechanism every night called autophagy. It's when your body gets rid of the dead cells. The researchers knew that, and they went and researched these people in these blue zones, Veronica, where a lot of people live to be 100, no one's overweight, and hardly anybody gets sick. And the key principles that they learned there are what they adopted here. Number 1, smaller portions of food, but the food had huge amounts of nutrition. And thirdly, they did a detox every couple months. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. I'm going as fast as I can, believe me. So the researchers, knowing that, put together a food list that you would buy. You wouldn't buy the food list. You'd take to your grocery store, Veronica, but only whatever you spent last month total, you're only going to buy 30% of that food this month. Proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. No calorie amounts, serving sizes. Again, mirroring what they did in the blue zones, right? Smaller quantities of food with high levels of nutrition. But really what made it work was 70% of what you would spend or buy or consume in a month doesn't come from your grocery store. It actually comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. These foods with huge amounts of nutrition and really small amounts of food is why this works as a detox. You got it? Then what they did, they invented a new way of eating. You all can look it up. It's called protein pacing. Let me repeat that. Protein pacing. And here's what it consists of. 7 days a week until she got to her goal. She had 5 meals a day. She started with the world's most perfect meal for breakfast. She had lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal, that's what the researchers call these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. The world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint, and that's right. Now they had the 2 groups of food, and like I said, 5 days a week, She's eating 4 times a day, 2 days a week. Here's the detox. No food from the grocery store at all. Only these exotic foods, the world's most perfect meals. But this time they had her eating, Veronica, 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. The diabetics in this, no one had insulin spikes. Secondly, nobody was hungry. Third, now how do they know it's a detox? The main reason to do this is detox. It's not the weight loss. That for us is silly. That's like a bonus. Okay, here goes 20 pounds, here goes 50, here's 100. That's not what matters. What matters is, are you able to empower your own body to remove these poisons we're storing inside our visceral fat? Well, they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, and Veronica proved without a shadow of a doubt this was removing poisons from the body. What else did they find? Hunger went down 60% in a month. The diabetics on this, and I'll show you one in just a moment, the need for insulin came down 50% in a month, and here was the big one, inflammation. Veronica, which plagues every one of us, it came down 25% a month. No diet has ever produced anything like this. And then how about maintenance? Simple. Every morning, the world's most perfect meal, and then have lunch and dinner. So now you're at 3 meals a day, and every 2 months do another detox. So I went as fast as I could. Veronica, any questions on that? So London, sign me up. There's nothing, I don't sign you up. You go to this website if you want. It's the New Health Conversation. I just put it in the chat for all of you to see. It's right there in white, the New Health Conversation. Not, now, no, it's not at. Don't do, you can do at the New Health Conversation. Take to my TikTok site. There's no medical proof there, and there's no coaches. You have to understand, if you go to the website, the only thing there is the medical proof. We will not contact you. Or if you go to my TikTok. But so at the New Health Conversation will not get you where you want to go. Does that make sense, London and Veronica and Lacey? You want to go just to the New Health Conversation, or look at it at the top of the page next to the little red heart, the New Health Conversation, or second place right above her head in blue, the New Health Conversation. Just the New Health Conversation, okay? I will swear on my children's lives and my grandkids' lives, if you go to that website, we're not going to contact you. We don't need to do that. That's the medical proof that nobody else has. But if you like what you see, you can scroll down, you get a free consultation, and you get a free coach the whole time. Let me repeat that. The consultation's free, and the coaching the whole time is free to get you to your goal. Now, one other thing I should tell you, let's review. 30%, take your food budget last month. Take 30% of those dollars, that's all you're going to spend at the grocery store, leaving you 70% to buy these exotic foods from around the world. And even if it doesn't buy at all, maybe you're going to spend another $25 a week. But on the website, if you go there to sign up for, it'll say 100% money back guarantee. Now, not to confuse you and to clarify, the 30% of the food you're going to buy from your grocery store, they're not going to refund your money. But the 70% you're spending, if this doesn't work, 100% money back, guaranteed, no questions asked. They'll even pay return shipping. We have nothing to do with that because you're not buying anything from us. Do you understand this is literally almost risk-free? I mean, now, and nothing's 100%. You think I'd be that dumb to say that? I'm not going to, because it's not true. But it's so rare when anybody wants a refund, because you think she wants a refund? Or let's look at this young woman right here, Kristen. She only had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21 pounds in a month. That's why I'm telling you, Veronica, it's nothing for you to lose that 20 pounds in a month. I mean, that's just normal. That's not even anything spectacular. You want to see spectacular? Let's look at the diabetic man right here. Hold on, Curtis. 40 pounds in a month. 40, 52 and a half inches. But look at his A1C, Veronica and everybody. His A1C went from 8.4 to 6.2. Triglycerides, 242 to 124. That's in 30 days. And you see the inches, 52 and a half inches? They're having, you're not just weighing on this, you're measuring like neck, chest, arms, stomach, etc. Because they want you to see as the inches are coming down, it's telling you you're detoxing. Your fat cells are shrinking. Now I'll show you another incredible, this young woman here, Julie. Look at this, everybody, 35 pounds in 37 days. Now, it's not body dysphoria, it's not body image. Her shrinkage there is the detox. You understand, you want to get healthier. So you want to be able to shrink. It has nothing to do with vanity or body dysphoria or body image, nothing to do with any of that nonsense. This is not a diet. It's not what you're doing to have that go. Yeah, Kay, special food. There's 70% of what you're going to get comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. The other 30% is organic food. You get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables from the coaches. And the coaching is free. The consultation is free. The only thing you're buying is food. Does everybody understand that? Good, Veronica. You won't be disappointed. And you do know where to go, Veronica? I once went to your website and your son didn't talk about any coach. He just said I would pay for it. No, Kay, he's the head of our coaches. Somehow that was a miscommunication. He would coach you the whole time for free. No, absolutely. So somehow that was a miscommunication. Yeah, Veronica, it's Veronica, all I can tell you is look at the results. And then you can even see everybody, look at this young man here. Hold on. Oh, I did. I got to click on it. Okay. Look at that, everyone. 34 pounds in 29 days. But look at again how much his body shrank. I want you all to understand, especially even the sensors. There's nothing to buy here. This is food. They're not on diets. They're detoxing, right? Veronica, you get it. It's about lifestyle. It's about your health. It's about your health potential. It's not about losing the weight. I know everybody gets really excited, but imagine that. We're saying that's the least important part of this whole thing. The most important thing is to be able to detox. Well, Kay, again, I would say you'd pay for special food. Well, 30% of what you're buying is from your grocery store. That's organic food. The other 70% are for these exotic foods around the world. I would reach out to them again. I mean, or not. It's up to you. Because again, all right, Kay, I'm not asking you. I could. How tall are you and your current weight, and how much, what your current weight is, and what? Okay, so say you don't do this, Kay. Then what you have to understand, all of you, you're storing poisons inside your fat cells, Kay. Not up for debate. So there's no diet out there that's ever shown to remove a gram of toxin from your body. This does. And if you're okay with, and you're continuing, we all are continuing to breathe and drink and eat chemicals and poisons, I don't think that's such a good strategy. I hope none of you do either. So Kay, I would reach back out to him, okay? Oh, I'm 6'2", 260. No, not sadly, Kay. So slow down. And Kay, are you male? Only because it makes a little bit of difference in how quickly you can lose the weight. Read the first letter of the next word, school, coal, apple man. I have no idea what that even means. Okay, so here's the good news. At 6'2", I would say we'd want you to be about 210, 50 pounds. Listen to this, Kay. First 4 days, you're going to probably lose 8 or 10 pounds. Thanksgiving, I see you between 235 and 240. Christmas, you pretty much should be at your goal by Christmas. Okay, I'm not kidding you. That's pretty normal. But would you be unhappy if you were, say, 225 by Christmas even? But I'm giving you the low averages just to be sure. Okay, go back to my son. Talk to him. Somehow that was a miscommunication. But tell me, Kay, how excited would you be if by Christmas you walk in? What about a Christmas present to yourself at, say, 220? How excited would you be about that? That's all I can tell you. We see it all the time. Yes, Veronica, you're already getting it. Absolutely. Totally true. Freedom Queen, hello, welcome. Hold on, I got to slide this puzzle piece over. We're already an hour on TikTok, so that's great. Hold on, everybody. Whoa, there we go. Oh, unable to verify, okay. Hold on, everybody. I've got to extend our time here. Okay, there we go. Great. Okay, so how do you join? Mary, you go right here to this website. There's nothing to join, by the way, just to let you know. I'm going to type the website for you. Health, H-E-L-T-H, conversation. Hold on just a second, everybody. Okay, so I just posted it for all of you. So you would go to that website, Mary, and we're not going to contact you. There's nothing to buy in that website. It's just a medical proof. Once you've seen the medical proof, you like what you see, scroll down You get a free consultation and a free coach the whole time. The coaching is 100% free. The only thing you're buying, Mary, is food. Does everybody hear that? You're buying food, okay? You got to eat. And they'll direct you 30% of your food from your grocery store and 70% from the world's most fantastic nutrients from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, okay? Now, let me do you Freedom Quest, 53253. Forever, you're saying. Okay, well, let's change that for you. So first of all, I'm going to tell you right now, I would anticipate in 4 days, you'll be down at least 6 pounds. I'm seeing you at Thanksgiving. You should be about 235. I would say by Christmas, you're probably going to be 227, 228. So let's go with 228. We would want you to be around 120. So that's going to be 108 pounds. So Queen, let me go over this for you. So let's see. I would say by the end of April, you're going to be 120. I'm not kidding you. That's normal. That's not even that crazy, right? Freedom Queen, it's the worst thing you ever did to yourself. That is a total hoax. Let me read to you from Harvard Medical School about this time-restricted eating. That's what you're doing. Now remember, Freedom Queen, I'm reading from Harvard Medical School evaluation. You ready? What you're doing is time-restricted eating, okay? Time-restricted eating is a popular method where you fast for, in your case, 20 hours and don't eat the rest of the day, is touted as a popular, superior approach to weight loss and held compared to simple calorie restriction. However, the growing body of scientific evidence from randomized controlled trials and meta-analysis suggests that any benefits from time-restricted eating are due to calorie deficit it creates rather than the timing itself. You're wasting your time. You're totally wasting your time. And I'm going to show you something else. This is, let me find, here it is. This is the Journal of the American Medical Association. Again, a 3-month study they did on time-restricted eating. They said our researchers at Journal of the American Medical Association found overweight adults who routinely fast 16 to 20 hours a day gained no benefit from it in 3 months, lost 2 to 3 pounds, and the weight they lost was lean muscle mass. You're making yourself unhealthy by doing what you're doing. I'm also curious, what was your starting weight on it? How much, over what period of time have you been doing it, and how much have you lost? I'm not saying you're not listening, but I want to prove to yourself there's no comparison, and that's not removing anything, no poisons from your body. Sir, my brother, 61280, if I got him also on this program, how long before he lost 100 pounds? Okay, 61280. Okay, well, he's, I would say in his case, we'd probably want him to be 6'1", let's say 190 for him. So that's going to be essentially 90 pounds. Yeah, that'd be 90 pounds. Okay, again, he should have lost 6 or 8 pounds in the first 4 days. Okay, let me go through the math. So he'll be 260, let's see, he'd be 255 by Thanksgiving. He'd probably be about 205, 210 by Christmas. We want to get him down 210 down to 190. 100 pounds by early February. He'll be down 100 pounds. That's not anything spectacular. There's no, look at, hold on, look at her. Kay, look at her. Look at 35 pounds and 37. Oh, sorry. I didn't click on the right thing here. Hold on. Where is she? Julie. Okay. Look at her right there, Kay. Look at how much, no loose skin. No loose skin. And then if we look at the 65-year-old man, look at it. So I forget. I got so too many things going on here. Hold on, everybody. Here he is. Look at his stomach on day 1. Look at his stomach on day 30. There's no loose skin. Because what you're losing on this, first of all, you're losing no muscle mass. And your fat, so as your fat cells shrink and you build muscle, the muscle supports the skin. The reason that people have all the loose skin on diets is that the main 40% of what you're losing is lean muscle mass, which is your support, and that's why you end up with all the loose skin. Kay, does that make sense? Freedom Quest, 267 to 2 now. But how long? In 3 weeks, so that's 14 pounds. Well, I mean, right now I'm saying to you that you're also going to find very soon that your weight loss is going to all, but I'll bet it was faster, and I saw that 3 weeks. But how much did you lose, like say, in the first week? Because I almost bet that the weight loss has slowed down. Am I correct? But again, Freedom Queen, I'm telling you, you're making yourself unbelievably unhealthy because the main thing you're losing there, 40% of that is your lean muscle mass, right? I don't want to convince you. I really don't. I want you to convince yourself. Do yourself, aha. Yeah, see, you lost almost half that weight, and that would be normal on diets because your body hasn't caught up with the fat quite yet to you when you start, Freedom. That it takes a while as your brain figures out you're using your lean muscle for fuel. Then once it figures that out, then it starts to slow your metabolism down, and that's why you'll probably find out here pretty soon your weight loss will really, really slow down, or you're going to stall out. Not on this, okay? No, that's not, no. Exercise, you understand, Freedom, no one here was allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. But look at Julie. So she lost 35 pounds in 37 days. 35 pounds in 37 days. And then go over there and look at, I want to show everybody that. Again, look at 35 pounds in 37 days. And see, look at Kay, no loose skin. Freedom, no loose skin. I mean, it's not bad what you're doing, but it's not this, and it's you're doing no detox. Freedom, go to the website, look at an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. He'll tell you that what you're doing is ridiculously unhealthy. Unhealthy. It's not about the pounds on the scale. It's about what kind of weight are you losing, because 40% of what you've lost there is your lean muscle mass. It's just that simple. It's not something I'm making up. We really want to help you. Okay, you'd have to ask Colin about that. I'm not sure. I know I'm not involved in coaching. I'm the scientist that has to do all this. If I was I don't want to guess, ask him. Probably 5 or 6 days, I would imagine. I don't know for sure. Okay, Kay, but call him back. You have Freedom. Why not? Freedom, it's free to go there. And Freedom, what you're doing is I showed you the medical proof behind it. They're saying no, time restricted eating is nothing more than a diet. It's no different than counting calories, and none of those work. Did you hear me read from Medicare? Freedom, listen. Medicare search for effective obesity treatments. Diet's not the answer. Our researchers reviewed studies of long-term outcomes of every kind of diet out there for treatment for obesity. The studies show that 2/3 of dieters regain more weight than they lost on any diet. That's what you're faced with. Do whatever you want to do. And then we've got, listen to this. The science behind why diets don't fail. Our researchers found that despite all the ads that say otherwise, it's very rare for people to lose weight and keep it off for good. Not only that, 2/3 of people who diet regain more weight than they lost. A review of more than 30 long-term studies show that going on a diet actually causes weight gain. That's what you're looking at. All of you. Not just you, Freedom. Every one of you. Every diet, 2/3 of everybody's gaining more weight than they lost. What are we doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you counting calories when the body has no idea what a calorie is? Can anybody give me the medical definition of a calorie? Can anybody tell me what a calorie is? I didn't know what they were 25 years ago. Your body can't count calories. Your body doesn't know what the hell a calorie is. You've never in your life, Freedom Queen, ever been hungry for calories. Impossible. The only thing you can ever be hungry for is nutrition. And by just protein and milk, you're missing all. This thing has 400 different nutrients. It's not even, it's silly. It's not even in the same ballpark. And Kay, I hope you and your brother maybe would do it together. What a great concept that is. Freedom Queen, we want to help you. We really do. We want to help all of you. I'm the canary in the coal mine, I get it. But somebody has to stand up for you. Otherwise, Freedom and Kay and everybody else, you're being told things and they believe it. But you got to understand, ask yourself, how come none of them have any medical proof at all, Kay? How come none of them are published in the biggest medical journals in the world? How come? You know why? Because the claims they're making are what are called unsubstantiated, meaning they could never prove it in a billion years. It's nonsense. It's chatter. And I got to be honest with everybody, including you, Kay. For 20 of my 23 years, we didn't have peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. In the medical world, they wouldn't even take a look at this. Since we've got these medical studies, we got doctors coming out of the woodworks because a peer-reviewed human trial study is as high as you can go in medical evaluation. Dog Dad says, look, this works as living proof. Wonderful. He lost 50, this person, you all can't read it, he lost 50 pounds in 8 weeks. That's 2 months. Hello? Do you see the numbers that I'm giving you, Kay? This is someone, you can't read his comments. Dog Dad 7, this works, I'm living proof. He said, I lost 50 pounds in 8 weeks. See, Kay? Listen, all of you, I don't know. I would beg you, for your own health and longevity and your health, go to the website. I swear on my kids' lives and my grandkids, we're not going to contact you. We will not do that. But go and look at isn't that incredible, Freedom? I have no idea he was on one of my podcasts and went on it, etc. Thank you so much, Dog Dad. I haven't seen you in weeks. We had internet problems, so I wasn't able to podcast across the platforms. Now I've solved that. Kay, did you hear what that gentleman just said? How exciting is it? Kay, you see what I'm saying? Freedom, I'm telling you, Freedom, you can change the rest of your life. You too, Kay, and your brother, and everybody that everybody cares about. We're only at 1,642 likes. Come on. Oh, Kay, he said, I'm going to read it for you. This works, I'm living proof. He went on to say, I lost 50 pounds in 8 weeks. He's saying it right there. Kay, right? I don't know who this person is. I lost 50 pounds in 8 weeks. He typed it twice in the comments, believe it or not. See, there's a different set of comments for people on other platforms because this is what's called a multicast. It's going all over the internet. So what you're responding to is on TikTok. So you can't read what they're saying on the other side. You got it? But what do you think? So what do you think, Kay? And Freedom Queen, Robert Gator. Robert. Hello, Robert. Yeah, I know, for everybody. Okay, you heard what I said, right, Kay? So everybody, he lost 50 pounds in 8 weeks. So the numbers I'm giving you, we can back it up. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. Who are you all following? They have no medical proof. This protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. You can't, no drug ever gets approved without being approved in what? A medical journal, what's called peer-reviewed studies. Those are done on human beings. I'm telling you, I'll be wrong. Anybody on any of these platforms, tell me anybody you're following, anybody with one shred of medical evidence, one shred. Why are you following these people with all they're giving you is opinions? Opinions. Now, you can be skeptical about what we're showing you here, but you're not really, because what we're showing you is what they did is proven in these medical studies to be safe and real. It's not a diet. It's not about body image or body dysphoria. It's about detoxing your body. None of these other diets you're on touch toxins. None. Zero. So again, I'd love to have anybody. Of course, Freedom Queen. Why wouldn't you go take a look? And Freedom Queen, don't listen to me. This is the number one weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. They've done 100 studies over 40 years. They're rated number one in the world. They analyzed diets for 40 years. I would listen to them. Or not. But also, Freedom Queen, you're not removing any poisons from your body. So who else on here would like to know, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight? And I'll tell you how quickly you can lose weight safely and keep it off forever. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. And the gentleman over here did better than me because he lost 50 pounds in 8 weeks. I lost 40 in 7. I guess I did okay, actually. Now that I think about it, the math is almost the same. Of course it's worth taking a look. Who else? Look, what we're talking about, everybody, is this free website where you can go to see the medical proof. It's called the movement that I started is called the New Health Conversation. It was started 23 years ago with one person, that would be me. In 23 years, we've helped 500,000 people experience the knowledge. All we have at the New Health Conversation is knowledge. We don't have any products. There's nothing to buy. You're buying food from the grocery store, 30% of whatever you spent last month, and the other 70% from these exotic foods around the world, from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. You got it? Once I lose the weight, do I still need to order food from? User 4000, great question. Maintenance is simply the exotic foods around the world only for breakfast. So you're getting way less, because in the protocol, when you're doing it, you're getting these nutrients from these 5 regions in the world. Once you get to your goal, you only need you don't need anywhere near as much. So you know what most people tell me on this 4,000 is that once they've gone on it, once they go back, once they've hit maintenance, they're spending 25% less on total food bill than they did when they started, before they even incorporate. In other words, you got to understand, if you took whatever you spent on food last month, that number, okay, when you do this, you're only going to spend 30% at your grocery store and 70% to buy these exotic foods. So what I'm telling you is, whatever you spent last month, projecting in the future, when you get your goal, you're going to spend probably 25% less in the long run than what you were spending before. You know why? Because all your cravings have really, really changed. Really changed. Does that make sense? And user, that's why you get a coach, and they go over all that with you. User 4000. The coaching is free. The consultation is free. We all got coached. And thank goodness we have lots of people that have gone on this, had such spectacular results. They said, look, we'd like to help somebody else. Everybody gets coached. Everybody gets a coach. And those coaches, they're not there to convince you or sell you anything. They're there to show you, okay, here's your grocery list, and here's how you get these other foods. And then they're going to coach you. They're going to call you. They're going to email you. They're going to FaceTime you. They're going to, whatever it is. It's not a joke. We take this very, very seriously, because we all benefit from someone else willing to show us how to do this. Does that make sense to you, 4,000? Okay, user 123, female 52230. Hello. Okay, so in your case, 5'2", we'd want you to be about 115. That's going to be 115 pounds. You, in the first 4 days, get ready. You're going to lose 5 to 8 pounds. Thanksgiving, I see you at 210. I would say Christmas, you're going to probably be about 190. And then 190 to get you down to 110, 80 more pounds. You should be able to have 80 pounds off by April. You'll absolutely be at like 120, 115 pounds by April. Tell me how much that would excite you. Username 1231231. I'm only reading what you said. So tell me how excited you'd be about that. And here's what you can do to find out. You go to this website. It's right there. I'm spelling it for you right under your name. And if you go there, we will not contact you. We don't do that, user 123. Also, user 123, you're going to lose a whole dress size in the first week. Tell me how much that would excite. That's with no exercise. None of these people were allowed to exercise. They actually wore Fitbits to prove they weren't exercising, if that makes sense to everybody. So sounds good? I would hope you'd be very, very excited about going to the website and seeing the medical proof. Keep in mind, user 123, it's not a diet. There's no counting calories. No one exercises. And you're going to be in a position where you can really change your life and maintain it. Actually, the program itself is called Protein Pacing, and it actually is a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office of New Way of Eating. But the key to it is what they call R2M, race to maintenance. In other words, the idea here is to get the weight off as quickly and safely as possible, and then teach you how to keep it off. That is the secret to this whole thing. So she's kept it off for 9 years. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So 1, 2, 3, how exciting would that be? So it's not a matter of can we get the weight off. As a matter of fact, the weight loss is the least important part. Were you on username 123 when I explain about the fact, and I'll go over it briefly, we're storing poisons in our fat cells, herbicides, pesticides, Scotch Guard, Teflon, and flame retardants. And as those enter our body, the brain, to protect you and me, takes the poison, stuffs it inside your fat cells, called your visceral fat. That's the fat around your organs, and those fat cells expand. That's why you all complain about the bloating. Has nothing to do with body image, has nothing to do with body dysphoria, nothing to do with that. Your body is warning you, telling you you're storing chemicals inside your fat cells. Another thing that's a huge misrepresentation is this, that you can burn fat somehow on a diet or with exercise. It's not true. You're born with a certain amount of fat cells, you die with a certain amount of fat cells, and those fat cells expand and contract over your lifetime. That's it. Does that make sense to everybody? Well, it's only, how many months is this program? Again, what did I tell you? I said you're going to be down by April. Then you go on maintenance, and maintenance is really simple. So like I said, you should be down to your goal weight by April. I mean, that's all I can tell you. And then once you're there, then it's really easy to maintain it. I'm going to the site now, Healthy Expressions. Oh, good Healthy Expression. Okay, how many months is this program? I'm not quite sure if I just went over that and said that I'm seeing you by April, you'll be down to 115, 123. If you're asking how long has it been around, 25 years. And the original version was actually, the chemist who invented it was a diabetic. He passed away a few years ago. But it's evolved over the years. And keep in mind, for 20 of those 25 years, there were no medical studies. They hadn't been done or completed or whatever. And the thing about a peer-reviewed human trial study, just so you all know, they cost millions. They can cost millions of dollars. They take a really long time. Some of these studies were started in 2012, 13 years ago. It takes that long sometimes to get it out into the public. Well, it gets scrutinized and published and all of those kind of things. So it's a big deal. And you understand where to go, user, right? You understand to go. I'm going to put it in there for you again. The new health conversation. And that website, if you go there, I promise you, user 123, we're not going to contact you. We don't need to do that. If you go there and you see what to do, scroll down, you get a free coach and a free consultation. Now, let me also explain one other thing. If you do go to the website, everybody, and I would say almost 100% of the people that go there, then scroll down, get a coach, it'll say 100% money back guarantee. So let me clarify that. 30% of what you're going to buy on this, you're buying from your grocery store. When I say 30%, that's whatever you spent last month. You're not going to spend more than 30% this month at your grocery store. The other 70% of the money you're spending to get these exotic foods around the world. The 100% money back guarantee is from those other researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. 100% money back guarantee on 70% of this. They'll even pay return shipping. Now, nothing is 100%, but do you think they really could do that if it didn't work? That's all I can tell you. It's almost too good to be true. I get that. I mean, what diet are you on where they're willing to give you any money back? Even if you're on paleo or keto and they're giving you a diet list to go and buy food or this ridiculous time-restricted eating, which is just nonsense. It's nothing but a diet. That's all it is. And they're trying to sell you recipes. What? Recipes? What is that going to do? Are any of the foods have enough nutrition to ever detox your body? Heck no. This is going to change the world. It really is. I didn't invent it, but look at the numbers. No, perimenopause and menopause, we've got people, listen, I should have told you the Healthy Expressions, with no thyroids that have hyperthyroidism, goiter, goiter, what's the other one? Hashimoto, sorry. No, if anything, it'll greatly lessen the symptoms of perimenopause or menopause, depending. We have so many women that just thrive. They say, oh my gosh, my not that it's eliminating everything, but their night sweats are less. They're way more energy. They don't feel so bloated. I mean, all the things that they're experiencing, they report to us. We're telling you that it's just amazing, but it makes sense. You got all that hormonal stuff going on, and then you're pouring poisons into your body at the same time. What do you think is going to happen? It's probably not that good of a combination. I'm being facetious, of course, right? So again, healthy expression, does that make sense? And you understand healthy expression when you go to the new health conversation, right above your name there, we're not going to contact you. So don't think if you go there, you're waiting for a phone call. We don't do that. You get to choose. It's your decision. Look at the medical proof, including the interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. And for those that don't know what a physiologist is, they study the nutrients, what they're doing inside your body. Totally different than a nutritionist or a dietitian. They're telling you what to eat, let's say, but they're not analyzing what they're telling you to eat, what effect does it have inside the body. That's why this is the most advanced, listen to me, Healthy Expressions. This is the most advanced medical research that's ever been done in history on health, nutrition, and weight loss. All of you need to hear that. So who else would like to ask me a question, make a comment, et cetera, et cetera? We're at 2,000 likes. I know we can do better than that. If you like the content you're hearing, please tap on your phone. Let's get this. We want to make the New Health Conversation the #1 podcast in the entire world. Is there anything more important? Bloat and lack of energy have been horrible. Yeah, Healthy. There you go. You're not going to believe what's going to happen. You just want. I can't even describe it to you. Oh, Oleon. Let's see. 5'8", 260, struggling for years with weight. Oleon, are you male or female? Please tell me that, and I'll tell you. We're gonna potentially change your life. Well, we're not, but you'll get to change it. So again, Oleon, are you male or female? Because it'll make a little bit of difference in the weight. Oh, male. Okay. So 5'8", 260. All right. I'm going to say you would want to be ideal. Let's just use it round numbers. Easily, I would say 160. That's 100 pounds. Get ready, Oleon. In the first 4 days, you're probably going to lose 8 or 10 pounds. Thanksgiving, I see you between 235 and 240. By Christmas, you should be 235, 250, between 210 and 215. So now we're getting into the great stuff. Starting in January. So you're at 215. I want you to get down to 160. So 215, that's 55. Yeah, 55 pounds, right? Yeah. You should easily, by let's say mid-March, Oleon, you'll be 160. Tell me how much that would excite you. But how excited are you going to be in the first 4 days if you're down 8 or 10 pounds? And Oleon, understand you're not an experiment, okay? The New Health Conversation, which I started one person 23 years ago, me, has grown. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. You're not an experiment. So Oleon, I'm giving you numbers based on the data that we've collected in 23 years. So, but let me show you some other, to tell you why you're going to get excited about this. Let's take a look, everybody, at Curtis here. He's 65 years old, Oleon, 40 pounds in a month. Now, I'm not promising you that. Could it happen? Yes, but and he didn't weigh 265, so 260, sorry. But look at his A1C. Look at his blood sugar, 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides, 242 to 124. Oleon, what do you think about that? That's a 65-year-old man. Obviously, well, none of these people were allowed to exercise. None, zero. And then Andy, a younger guy, let me show you Andy here. Look at this, Oleon, 45 pounds and 60 inches in 30 days. And his A1C from 7.9 to 6.2, and LDL, bad cholesterol, 120 to 59. Oleon, tell me what you think. You're 66, okay. Well, here's your new friend over here, Curtis, hold on. So look at that. Look, I mean, what do you think? Well, I mean, yeah. And understand, Oleon, that's with no exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Not that the research against exercise, but they wanted to eliminate it. Otherwise, you'd be saying, oh, well, of course, they diet and exercise to lose weight. Heck no. No. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't. Oleon, do you understand you could hit the reset button at 66 years of age? Do you get that? Don't settle for where you are. And Oleon, don't get mad at me. You have no idea how bad you actually feel right now because you don't understand how great you're about to feel by detoxing your body. It's not a... Don't go on this to lose weight. Also, Oleon, you're going to lose 2 to 4 inches off your waist in the first week. Oleon, I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I went from a 42 to a 34-inch waist in 14 days, and I'm still a 34-inch waist 23 years later. I mean, one of the things that inspired me about starting this movement, people need to know about this. They've got to know about it. I mean, it's so crazy good. So, Oleon, now are you excited? Now are you excited? Oleon, here's what you do. You go to this website, the New Health Conversation. And if you go there, Oleon, we're not going to contact you. Understand, there's nothing on that website to buy. The only thing there is the medical proof. But assuming you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coach. The coaching is 100% free. You buy no products from us. You're buying 30%. Whatever you spent last month on groceries, about 30%, you're only going to spend your grocery store this month, leaving you 70% that'll all but pay for these exotic foods around the world, which are integral part of this. Those foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, and you can't buy at your grocery store. And then they're going to show you exactly how to do this. And all of you, they will also give you, our coaches will, it's called the Blueprint of Success, which is what the patients in the studies did. And all the yellows are daily videos saying, look, this is why it's safe, this is why it's real, etc. All the coaching, including this, is totally free because we have nothing to sell you. And we got coached. Here's the cool news. We all got coached. And what's happening, Olean, a lot of people have gone on and had life-changing results. And they said, look, we'd like to pay it for, we'd like to help somebody else. So you will get a coach for free, Olean. I will go there. Great. Okay, healthy. 541, so slightly lessening due to intermittent fasting and walking, but not feeling my best. Because you understand, healthy, you're starving to death nutritionally. Do you know that? Do you know that's what's happening? That's why you don't have any energy? Because you're really, all you're doing is you're on a low-calorie diet by intermittent fasting. It's ridiculous. So healthy, here's the thing, 54172. Okay, I'm going to say right now, 54172, I'd want you to be 120, that's 52 pounds. You should lose 5-6 pounds in the first 4 days. 4 days, not week, first 4 days. I see you at about 155 at Thanksgiving. I would see you at about 1 by Christmas, 155. You should be, let's see, 20 is 135. I would say 136, 137 at Christmas, and then to get you down the rest of the way to 130 easily, first or second week in January, you'll be 130 healthy expression. Tell me how you feel about that. Tell me. It's part of my psyche to get me excited to do what I do. I'm doing minimum 4 of these podcasts a day. It takes tremendous amounts of energy, but the excitement that I have in you, all of you, with the possibility of changing your lives. We've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. Not 500, not 5,000, not 50,000. Do you think we know what we're doing? Do you? I hope so, but you got to understand, we didn't create this, and we didn't get the studies published, but we have them. I'm holding them right here in my hand, and if you go to the website, Olean, the studies are there for you to see. And if you go there, Olean, we're not going to contact you. We won't contact anybody if you go there. We want you to be in a position to see the medical proof, to make a decision about your lives. You make it, not us convincing you. And then if you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coaching. How much is the coaching? $0. How much is the consultation? $0. Now, why am I being ridiculous about that? Because we get people putting in the chat, how much is the free coaching? I'm not making it up. Crazy. Health. Thank you so much for that. I mean, do you understand, Healthy, that I'm not giving you opinions? Do you understand? And again, I'm not trying to impress you or anybody, but I want to press upon you. I'm not just some guy because, again, I don't know if you knew this healthy expression, but everybody, including you and me, have this new medical syndrome called TDOS. The T is for the toxic chemicals we're storing in our fat cells caused by the lack of nutrition in our food, causing us to be overweight and stressed. It was discovered, which is a registered trademark U.S. patent office. It was discovered by Peter Greenlaw. Healthy expression. Who's that? Oh, that's me. I discovered a medical syndrome that every person in the world has. You might want to listen to what I have to say. I've also written 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world. I did 20 shows on public broadcasting. I've done over 1,500 live lectures in hospitals, in universities, in towns. Heck, they even flew me to China to lecture. And I was a keynote at Autism One in Chicago, the largest autism conference in the world, 2 years in a row. So I have a little bit of credibility. So I'm not just up here talking, but I don't want you to believe me. I want you to believe the science, which is on the website. We shouldn't have to convince you of anything. Answer your questions, yes. But no, I don't want to go that far, but Healthy, look, you deserve what's possible. Again, don't get mad at me, any of you, right? I'm excited. I hope to be there. You will be there by January, okay? But listen to me, all of you. This is an incredible community of people, the New Health Conversation. And it's really people that are helping other people. Our coaches, they all had amazing results and they decided they wanted to help other people. Expression, healthy expression. Did you ever watch the movie Pay It Forward? If you haven't, go get it on Netflix and you'll understand what's behind the New Health Conversation. It was made like 30, 40 years ago. An incredible, incredible set. Yes, okay, healthy expression. Did you love that movie? And did you cry at the end? Be honest, because I did. I cried like a baby at the end of that movie. I mean, wasn't that young man just, and I mean, the act, yes. So healthy, then how much to start? Username. You're going to buy a month's worth of food. That's about it. You're going to probably spend about what you did last month. I'm talking to username 123. But healthy expression. Now do you get it? Do you understand? Now do you get what we're doing? The New Health Conversation, it's all about pay it forward. That's all. It's all. Oh, what about my age? I never ask ladies their age. That's not something I ask. Sometimes they volunteer it. All I ask you is, how tall are you, what your current weight is, and I'll show you where you can go. Oh, as a matter of fact, I just watched it like a month ago. I watched it again. Because my inspiration is to think, I mean, it's so overwhelming for me to think, I started this with one goal in mind, to change the world. Now, granted, when I started, there was one person, and that was me. So you imagine how excited I am now that this thing has spread to more than 500. I spoke healthy. I've spoken in live arenas for over 500,000 people. So it's probably way more than 500,000. It could be 1 million, but it doesn't matter. It's growing like crazy because people like you want, or 123, they want a real solution, not based on hyperbole and chatter, but based on real. Is there a medical breakthrough? My God, you mean we're going to send people to Mars and we can't figure out how to get people to lose weight, detox their body, and keep it off? Really? I always tell people this: just because it wasn't invented doesn't mean it wasn't possible. I mean, GPS, how the hell does that thing work? I love it. It's freaking great. I don't know how it works. I mean, would you have imagined 20 years ago, GPS? I'm using Rand McNally maps. I mean, GPS hasn't even been around that long. Wait a minute, right now, how are we doing what we're doing? How am I communicating to all of you around the world from my office, from my studio here? How am I doing that? There's no wires connected to anything. What? Yeah, what? So why wouldn't this have happened? Why wouldn't this occur? Why would you all settle for what doesn't work? Calories in, calories out is dead, finished, over. Even Harvard Medical School. Harvard Medical School, stop counting calories. We've been taught that losing weight is a matter of simple math. Cut calories 3,500, you lose a pound. But as it turned out, experts are learning this age-old strategy is totally misguided. The idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist, Harvard Medical School. Drop the calories notion, Stanford said. It's time to concentrate on what's in the food, not how much food we're consuming. That's what these researchers did, and they have nothing to do with Harvard. I mean, it's so crazy. Why would you here's the thing. I don't want anybody to believe me, but go to the website and see the medical proof. Yeah, there you go. You're young. But you've got to understand healthy expression at your age. Why not hit the do-over button? Or at 70 or at 80 or whatever age anybody is. I always tell people this, and it makes them mad. And I tell you the same thing, healthy expression. Don't get mad at me. We were doing good. But honest to God, healthy, you have no idea how bad you actually feel right now because you don't understand about how good you're about to feel. You don't understand people sleep better at night, way more energy, mental fog is gone, and perimenopause, and I'm not saying, I don't remember if you're doing that or not, but perimenopause, menopause, major reduction, PCOS, all kinds of things. And we're not curing, treating, diagnosing, or preventing any medical conditions. Don't hear me say that. But doesn't it make sense? If you can give your body massive amounts of nutrition in smaller quantities of food, you're probably going to be healthier. Does that make sense? Healthy expression, does that make sense to any of you, what I just said? And 1, 2, 3, I want to make sure you're clear about going to the New Health Conversation. And look at the medical proof and then scroll down and get a coach. And they'll go over everything with you. Look, we do, honestly, 1, 2, 3, and also healthy. We have kids as young as 2 doing this. We have a lady 91 years old. We have people with no thyroid, hyperthyroidism, goiter, Hashimoto's. And like I said, PCOS and perimenopause, all these. And people just, your body functions better with less food if you can give it adequate nutrition. And this is not supplements. I think I explained before, these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, the research is called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint of view. Why? They contain 400 different nutrients. 400. Do you think you're going to work better? And don't give me this, I eat organic and et cetera. Okay, so let me tell you the truth about organic. 200 studies proved organic is about 15% better nutritionally than regular food. And it still has about 25 to 30% of the herbicides and pesticides in regular food, but it's less polluted than regular food, and that's why I eat organic. It's just not our food. We're producing these huge mountains of food, and at the cost of what? Nutrition. So the reason you overeat is your brain keeps telling you, I'm hungry. And people get confused and think it's about calories. It's never been about calories. It's about the lack of nutrition. Does that make sense to everybody? No, username, nothing from us. There's nothing to, so your grocery store, 30% user 1, 2, 3. The other 70% you buy directly from the researchers, not from us, not from our coaches. So you're buying direct from think of 2 different grocery stores. That's a way to think about it. The researchers, that's a virtual grocery store. You're not really walking in there, but they're going to ship directly to you the 5 food groups and all this. So that's it. You buy nothing from us. We have nothing to sell. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3? Yeah, you don't buy anything from us. That's it. And you get coach for free. You get a free consultation. Now, something else, maybe I expressed it, healthy expression, or for you, 1, 2, 3. 30% of what you're buying at your grocery store, the other 70% from these other foods. When you go there, if you scroll down to get a coach, it'll say 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify that because it's confusing. The 100% money back guarantee is not from your grocery store. It's from these other researchers who supplied these foods to the researchers. And if you go in the first month, if this doesn't work, they'll give you 100% money back guarantee on 70% of what you've purchased. Look, nothing's 100%, but this is damn near 100%. And that's just, there's no questions asked. You don't even have to have a reason. I can't wait. Healthy expression. Got it. Okay. And user 1, 2, 3, please, anybody that's not clear, please, I'm more than willing to spend whatever time necessary to make you clear. Here's what I would guard against this. Don't let your opinion make your final decision. Go do your diligence. Go to that website. Look at the medical proof. And if you like what you see, then scroll down and get a coach. It's that simple. But don't let your skepticism prevent you from changing the rest of your life. This is about changing the rest of your life, or not. All I know is I lost 40 pounds 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years, and I feel fantastic. And all I do is every morning I have the world's most perfect meal, and then I do 2 normal meals, and then every 2 months I do another 48-hour detox. I've maintained that 40-pound weight loss now for 23 years. Wow. Okay, Dulmated. So tomorrow's day 5? Is tomorrow day 5? Dulmated. Okay. Would you come on tomorrow and let me know about your numbers? That would be great. That would be great. Because you're not supposed to weigh or measure until tomorrow morning on day 5. So you're 4 days in, but tomorrow morning. Look, I can ask you this. How do you feel so far? Are you encouraged is what I'm saying. So this is everybody who's actually on the protocol. Light. I feel light. Good. No, healthy expression. Thank you for being on here. And who knows, maybe you'll have such a great result. You'll decide you want to volunteer to be a coach and help people to help us. Because obviously that is a concern. Will we have enough coaches? And so far, we've had so many people that want to help because it's a movement, right? It's a movement. So again, I think you're going to find, I should have asked you also, healthy expression. Are you in North America? And the reason I say that, it's not available everywhere in the world. It's available in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and the EU. It's not available anywhere else in the world. So if you're in Africa or it's Caribbean, oh, whoa, I love West Palm Beach. Love it, love it, love it. So let me ask you a piece of trivia. So you know the architect who started West Palm Beach, correct? What's his name? It slipped out of my mind. Anyway, one of my colleagues, his house, which is on Main Street, right there on, that's not Collins, what is it called? The Main Street in West Palm Beach. Anyway, what the heck's his name? You'd know if you're in West Palm Beach. He's famous. He's the architect that basically was responsible for West Palm. Anyway, they own his house. It's on Main Street, and they're my good friends. Just a piece of trivia, you know. Anyway, who else would like to ask me a question? Oh, good, good, Delman. Bob is your coach. Yeah, he's one of my dear, dear friends. He's been with me for 22 years, and I don't know if he shared his story with them, but he was on pretty bad collision course with his future as far as his health was concerned. No, is it Flagler? Uh, no, it's a real famous. Now you have me confused. Um, Let me see if I can figure this out. Let's see, I'll find it. Who was the architect? I'm looking it up now. You have me curious. Meisner. Healthy expression. Yes. They own his house on Main Street there, his famous architecture. Yes. Cool. Oh yeah, they're wonderful, wonderful people. My friends that live there, and her. Well, anyway, they've had amazing results over the course of about 15 years. But yeah, they're wonderful people. Yeah, exactly. Oh, healthy expression. You're making me smile. It's so great. So great. Um, but healthy expression, I just think you're in for just a real treat. And hitting the reset button at 56 is going to be great for everybody. So we're up to 600 people now and 2,500 likes. Come on, everybody. Can you tap on the phone? If you like the content, please tap on the phone for me. I'm always excited about new people and giving them a chance to experience. See, really for all of you, and also a healthy expression, is we're sharing knowledge. That's what we're doing. Our job is to make, yeah, that'll be wonderful for you to do that. I mean, that would be just fantastic. Yeah, you're almost at 6 o'clock. It's just about dark out where you are, correct? Yeah, it's just about dark where you are. Anyway. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you're willing to, yeah, I can't wait for you to share your journey either. But is there anybody else on here that would like to, are you male or female? How tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly and safely you can lose weight. That is the daughter of a friend of mine, everybody. It's not photoshopped, it's real. And you can be in a position to just change the rest of your life if you want to. So who would like to ask me a question? So it's now 5:45 on the East Coast. At some point, I just have to rest my voice. I'm going to do probably one more live podcast today. Let's see, what time would I do it? Probably, well, maybe I'll just stay on here for a while. So can't wait. Okay. Yeah, so Meisner. I'm so glad I thought of that because I've been in their house and they've got a lot of artifacts and they have, all the old photographs of, West Palm and when it was being, and obviously the tennis club that's there on Main Street as well. You'd probably know the name of it. Um, what's the name of the main street that goes by where that house is then? Um, it's not Collins Avenue. That's in South Beach in Miami. That's a whole different ballgame. Um, what is the name of it? I'm going to say not the Ocean Club. It's something, but it's a pretty famous place where tennis and so again, who else would like to either ask me a question? Anybody? And we're at 2,874 likes. Come on, let's get some more taps. Let's get to 3,000, at least 3,000, okay? Come on, everybody. Tap on that screen for me. Tap on your screen to get to 3,000. We're getting close. So who else wants to have me give them a quick evaluation? Because again, she lost 60 pounds in 90 days, no diet, just natural detox, and discover how much you can safely drop in weeks, not months, and build 6 to 9% lean muscle without any exercise and keeping it off, backed by 10, I have them right here, 10 published peer-reviewed studies. Now let me explain something to you. The researchers aren't against exercise. But the reason they didn't allow her to exercise, they wanted to prove two things. One, could they lose weight without exercise, which they proved, and could they gain lean muscle, again, with no exercise, and they proved that. There's no equivalent to this on the planet, everybody. None. There's no equivalent. So if you want to find out how to do this, you can go to the website. It's actually, you can see it above her head there. See the little red heart at the very top on the left? And you'll find out that and next to it, the New Health Conversation, that's where you can go. Or I can put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat for everybody as well. Let me see who else is. Did I miss some people? Let me see. Hold on here, everybody. One new message. Oh, can you stop anyone you feel comfortable? Yeah, well, when you're going to go over that with your coach as far as your goals go, et cetera, and then you just simply go on, oh, hell, it's dark now. Yeah, I would imagine. So user 1, 2, 3. That's why you have a coach and you go over the strategy, because the key is you want to be able to maintain your benefits that you've achieved, and that's pretty easy to do. It's actually very easy, very simple to do. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3? And again, all of you, here's where you can go. It's a free website, or the New Health Conversation. Okay, hold on just a moment. I just posted it, the New Health Con. I spelled it right. That is the website you all can go to. It's free to go there. We will not contact. Let me explain again. We will not contact you if you go there. The only thing on that website, there's no products, is medical proof. And including these medical journals where this is published in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, in Nutrients, in Nature, in the Nutrition Journal, in Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications. And this study on Nature Communications, one of the top medical journals in the world, had nothing to do with the weight loss of any of these people. It had to do with their gut health, called your microbiome. Again, the main reason to do this is not to lose weight. And what they found on this, people's blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all plummeted just in 30 days. The diabetics on this, their need for insulin came down 50% a month. I mean, it's a health protocol. But it's based in one simple principle, and that is we're all toxic. And if you don't believe it, then I don't know what to tell you. But we're breathing, we're drinking, we're eating chemicals and poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And as we breathe, drink, and eat them, the brain, to protect us, takes those poisons and stuffs them in what's called our visceral fat. Now again, for the censors, this has nothing to do with body image, body dysphoria, nothing like that. It is simply the body telling people they're storing chemicals inside their fat cells. And what this does that no other diet has ever touched, we got the medical proof, this is pulling the poisons out of your body, and it was proven through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis. So it's not some hyperbole, something I'm making up, some claim. There are no, don't get fooled, don't get scammed. There are no products on the market, period, with one shred of medical evidence that they will detox you. See, that's the problem with so much of the stuff you see on TV. You know, it's like, oh, take a pill and it's fruits and vegetables. There's not one shred of medical evidence. Or what they other do, it's called borrow science, where they say, this is a scientifically proven ingredient. Well, the ingredient might be proven, but they've never tested how much of that ingredient is in the food you're going to take. I'll give you an example. There's this product, I won't mention the name, but maybe you can figure it out. So obviously beets in the field, okay, if you eat beets, there's an ingredient that lowers your blood pressure, right? But when you look at what they're claiming and you look at how much of that particular ingredient is in that particular product, I mean, you need to take like a boatload of the stuff. I mean, that's just fact. If you want the highest level of medical research is a peer-reviewed human trial. What does that mean? It means it's done on human beings, not on mice, rats, chimpanzees, etc. And the reason peer review means so much is the scientists who do the studies, they submit their work to someone. Let's just take an example, the obesity journal, which I'm holding here in my hand along with these other studies. The obesity journal, they look at your data and they do not review it. They send it out to other world-class experts, medical doctors and researchers who, believe it or not, have one job. It's not just that they're analyzing your research, but they're trying to prove it wrong. That's why no drug ever gets approved, thank goodness, without going through a peer-reviewed human trial, and then it has to be published. So I want you all to understand there is no other diet. There is no, at least I can't find anybody on social media with one shred of medical evidence, and yet tons of you are following them. You're doing this like this time-restricted eating, which is total nonsense. Harvard Medical School, time-restricted eating, such as the popular 16-8 method where you fast 16 hours and eat 8-hour window, is often touted as a superior approach to weight loss and health compared to simple calorie restriction. However, the growing body of scientific evidence from randomized controlled trials and meta-analysis suggests that any benefits from time-restricted eating are due to calorie deficit it creates rather than the timing itself. Again, another just nonsense. It's nothing more than a diet. So it's a gimmick. You think you're going to fast 16 hours and you're going to eat 8 and somehow you're going to lose more weight than just a diet. No, it's just nonsense. It's nonsense. But a lot of people are falling for that. They're going and they're selling you recipes. And then you get to go to their website and then you get a coach. What? What are they going to coach on? Making a souffle? They don't have one shred of medical evidence. I'm telling you, here's the medical proof saying, no, it doesn't work. And then another big study done on time-restricted eating in Journal of American Medical Association. Journal of American Medical Association, new research found that overweight adults who were assigned to routinely fast 16 hours daily over 3 months gained no benefit from it, lost 2 to 3 pounds, and the weight they lost was lean muscle mass. This is what's going on. You're all being misled. And I think those people promoting it, they believe what they're telling you, but they got no medical proof, none, zero. And they're doing nothing to detox the body, which is the main thing we're up against. My God, we're all storing about 1,000 chemicals inside our visceral fat. It's a given, we know it. It's not up for debate. So what am I doing? I don't know. What are you doing, Shocky shares 1216. I'm kidding. So Shocky shares, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight on this. It's not a diet. There's no counting calories and no one is allowed to exercise. It's a detox. If you want, you don't have to. I'll explain it to you anyway. But if you'll tell me if you're male or female, I need your height and I need your current weight. Why? Because we've helped 500,000 people in 23 years. We have the data. And if you supply male, female, your height and your weight, we'll tell you, we'll blow your mind at how fast you can lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. I want in. I haven't even told you what it is yet. What if you have to eat sand to lose weight? Are you willing to do that? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So again, Shocky shares. I think that's it. Is that? Am I interpreting that right? Shocky shares 1216. Huh. That's a very unusual. You can imagine how many handles I see on this doing this. But anyway, Shocky shares. This is for your benefit, honestly. So if you tell me, male, female, height and current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight, and then I'll explain to you how this works. because it's not a diet. As a matter of fact, it's based on food. There are no products for you to buy. And I'll tell you right now, well, let's do the exercise. If you don't want to, it's okay. But if you do, it's going to make you more excited than ever. Or anybody else that wants to tell me, are you male, female, how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose it and keep it off. I'll give you a hint. I'm half of me, so I know it's a journey. Yeah, it's a journey, but I want to try and help you. I mean, okay, lost. Oh, wow, fantastic. Congratulations. My goodness. I'm just curious, how long did that take you, and what did you do to lose it? And remember, you're one-on-one, this is live. And I know you don't know who I am. I've been a nutritional researcher 23 years. I've written 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world, did over 20 shows on PBS and 1,500 live lectures around the world in hospitals and universities before COVID, okay? Fantastic. From 650, okay, get 300 pounds, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. No processed food, wonderful, wonderful. So you're currently 350. Okay, we got that. How tall are you? You're already doing some really good things. Moved more. Okay, that's good. But again, you're currently 350. How tall are you? And I'm going to tell you how you can get down to your goal weight. It'll probably blow your mind at how quickly. And also, I'm curious to lose the 300 pounds. And congratulations. My God, that's unbelievable. It's not really unbelievable for me, but for most people to see that. How long did it take you to lose 300 pounds? See, what I love so much about TikTok and these open forums is I can actually, when I was doing lectures, the biggest one I did was about 12,000 people. That's not very personal, and I'd never be able to do what we're doing right here with Shocky shares. 3 years. Yeah. Well, I'm going to show you something that will probably blow your mind. Hopefully I don't get in trouble with the censors here, but this will, here, you ready, Shocky share? 200 pounds in a year, 200 pounds in a year. Look at how much she shrank, no loose skin, and she's kept it off for 9 years. So we're used to, now the biggest one I've ever done, I had a man in Denver who was 5'87", and he lost 387 pounds in 20 months. So this is not that you didn't do something fantastic, because you lost about 100 pounds a year, but on this, you would have been a third of the time, and it's completely healthy. And also understand, they're not losing any lean muscle mass. They're gaining 6 to 9% lean muscle mass, and they weren't allowed to exercise. They were Fitbits. Not that the researchers were against exercise, but they didn't want that to be an outlier. Does that make sense to you? Shocky share, let's go. Again, please tell me how tall you are, and then, because I want to give you a target, what we would consider, and hopefully we agree, or we agree to disagree, whatever it is. But how tall are you? Because now I got you 350, but that doesn't help me unless I know how tall you are. So I'm just waiting. You have my undivided attention. You're just so, you're such an inspiration, because you did it. You did it. I mean, that's really, okay. Oh, you're 296.57. Okay, great. All right, so at 296.57, we'd want you to be no more than about 160. That's going to be 136 pounds. Get ready for this, Shawshank. You're going to lose probably 10 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, I would see you at about 270. By Christmas, I would see you easily at about 245. So 245 to get you down to 160. That's, you got 85 pounds to go. I'm going to tell you right now, you would be, you'd be 160 by the end of February. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. So you can go from 296 down to 160 by the end of February. And that's, no, you want to be less than that. No, I'm just telling you right now, you absolutely want to be less than that. That would be good, because you're still looking at it from a diet perspective, but from being the maximum health potential for you, you'd be around 160. But again, do you imagine, tell me this, how excited would you be if you're down 10 or 15 pounds in 4 days? How much would that excite you? And you're going to be down more than 30 pounds by Thanksgiving. And by Christmas, you'll be down, you should be down close to 60 pounds, 55 to 60 pounds by Christmas. So again, and you get, Shaki shares, you get a free coach, you're buying food and a completely new way of eating food, but you're also detoxing. Because the one thing I will tell you, too excited, okay? All right, so if you want to, here's the free website to go to, conversation. Here it is right here. Now, one other thing I need to ask you, are you in North America? Because this isn't available everywhere. It's available in the United States, Canada, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and the EU. It is not available in the Caribbean. It's not available in Africa. It's not available in Southeast Asia, Russia. No, only those areas. So hopefully you're somewhere where this is available to you. Because 30% of your food, yeah. Well, I can tell you this, that on this well, let me show you a diabetic, for example. Look at this. Now, this guy's 65 years old, okay? 65. He lost 40 pounds in a month, but look at his A1C. It went from 8.4 to 6.4. His triglycerides, 242 to 124. This is going to make you feel so much healthier than you could even imagine, right? I'm in USA. Okay, great. You weren't. You must have lived some. That's okay. As long as you're in the United States, you can get it. I don't want to get you all hyped up and then you can't get it. The other thing I'll tell you, let me give you Shocky shares. 30, you're going to get first of all, you get free evaluation and free coaching. Coaching, 100% free. The evaluation, free. At that website, which I'll type it one more time for you. When you go there, there's nothing to buy on that website. And we're not going to contact you if you go there. But don't panic quite yet. The reason we don't want to do that, we want you to be in control. There's an interview, okay, with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the entire world. #1. They had done 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people. They were paid to analyze diets. They're the ones that invented this. It's a detox. It's not a diet. And what happened, sadly, in 40 years, they never found a diet. You're very lucky so far, where people lost weight and were able to keep it off. As a matter of fact, 2/3 of everybody they found gained more weight than they lost. And everybody that they analyzed, 40%, up to 40% of what they were losing was lean muscle mass. You can see how much his stomach went down. That's with no exercise. That's the detox. And then we have another gentleman here, Andy. He lost 45 pounds in a month. And again, his A1C from 7.9 to 6.2, bad cholesterol 120 to 59. So Shocky shares, this is going to make you healthier. It makes everybody healthier, okay? But the other thing that we're all fighting, and hopefully you believe, good. No medical issues. That's wonderful news. But also this can help you. It's a preventative as well. But let me ask you another question. Yeah, well, it's going to go down even more. And again, look at, now this guy didn't have that much weight to lose, but look at I got to show it to you. Look at the change in his body composition. That's in 29 days. Can you imagine what this is going to do for you, Shacky Shares? That guy, 34 pounds in 29 days. I'm giving you low numbers, Shacky Shack. I don't want to give you what I really think can happen. So I'm giving you about half of what I really believe is possible. But I don't want to scare you off because you already think that this is like crazy. I get it, everybody. But let me explain something to you. The main reason to do this, Shocky Share, is not to lose weight. That's a throw-in. It's to detox your body. Now, Shocky Share, do you believe that you're toxic? Because we are. And we're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals. And some of those chemicals are poisons like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And part of the reason you have the excess, let's call it bloating, is because your body's only protection against these chemicals is for your brain to take those chemicals and stuff them inside your visceral fat. Your visceral fat is around the organs. Now, the reason they're shrinking is because this protocol is proven medically to remove poisons from your fat cells. Those fat cells are shrinking, and in their place, you're building lean muscle with no exercise. They all gain 69% lean muscle. No one's even allowed to exercise. Now, of course, if you want to exercise, you can. Of course. That's why this is so unbelievable, okay? Now, Let's go back to the original picture here for just a moment. So how do you detox? Okay, so the researchers who created this, including the interview that you'll see on the website with the top researcher in the world, they had done 100 studies in 40 years and never found a diet that worked. So they said, we got to do something different. And they looked at these people in these blue zones. I don't know, Shaki shares if you know, but these are areas where a lot of people live to be 100, no one's overweight, and no one gets sick. And they had 3 things that they did that we're not doing. Number 1, much smaller portions of food with high levels of nutrition, and then they detox once every like 2 or 3 months. That's what this is based on. So the first thing you would get on this, Shaki shares, you'd get a grocery list from the coaches that you take to your grocery store. But only 30%, whatever you spent last month, Shaky shares, that's all you're going to need to spend this month at the grocery store for proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. But instead of any calorie amounts, you're going to get serving sizes, and they pick the foods for you with the highest level of nutrition that you can buy, let's say, at an organic food. But notice, only 30% of what you're going to consume would come organic from, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, wherever you want to go. The other 70%, here's what makes it work, doesn't come from any grocery store anyway. It literally comes, these nutrients, from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food. That's how you're going to detox. Bear with me, everybody. Okay, so those are the foods you would consume on this. Then they literally, Shaki shares, they invented a new way of eating that's a registered trademark, U.S. patent office. Shaki shares, you can go look it up, it's called protein pacing. What they did next, when they let people eat, like her, like you, Shaky shares, you're going to eat 4 times a day. You're going to start with these exotic foods around the world at your breakfast. No food from the grocery store. Lunch from the grocery store, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner. Sounds like you're probably eating a lot of the foods that are probably on your regular, the grocery store list you're going to take to your grocery store. So 5 days a week, 4 meals a day. 2 days a week, here's the detox. You're going to have no food at all from your grocery store. None, 0. Only these exotic foods around the world, but this time you're going to eat 8 times a day. 8. You're going to eat every hour and a half for 2 hours. You're going to get really small amounts of food that have huge amounts of nutrition. You will not be hungry. We have people that weigh 600 pounds. They're not hungry. I'm going to tell you something else, Shaki shares. You have never in your life ever been hungry for a calorie. And I didn't know what calories were 25 years ago, and I'll press you on this. Do you know the medical definition of a calorie? Because guess who doesn't count calories? Your body. Your body has no idea what calories are. It's never known. You've never in your life ever been hungry for a calorie. All of you, the only thing you ever can be hungry for is nutrition. That's what makes this work. Now, what about the detox? Again, Shaki shares. Every night when we all go to sleep, as long as we don't eat too late, the body all but shuts down digestion. The minute that happens, your body turns on a natural detox mechanism called autophagy, and your body gets rid of the dead cells. Your body has to get rid of the dead cells every night. You don't want dead cells hanging around. They can turn into cancer cells. They can mutate. They can do lots of bad things. So we already have a natural detox mechanism in our body, but it was never intended to deal with the hundreds, if not thousands, of chemicals that we're exposed to. So the key to this was, in order to get this to work on the 2 days a week, they had to basically give really small amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition, but it didn't trigger very much digestion. So how do they know it worked? Okay, you ready for this, Shocky Shock? They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved that they were seeing the herbicides and the pesticides and the poisons coming out of her body, and she shrank. Now, again, I want to tell you something else, all of you. There's no such thing, Shashank, of burning fat on any diet, including this, or any workout program. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, and you die with a certain number of fat cells. And in your case, and everybody's case, they've expanded. But the expansion is coming because you're storing poisons inside the very fat that was down to your knees, and now it's moving up. Okay, you got it? So they proved that this was a detox. There is no other diet. There is no other program on planet Earth ever. This is the most intense medical research that's ever been done, ever, on health, nutrition, and weight loss. And hydration. We teach you all that as well. You're going to drink about half your body weight in ounces of water every day because you've got to flush the toxins out partly through urination, just to let you know. But let me keep going before I get off track. Also, they saw the need for insulin, and thank God you're not in that position. It came down 50% in a month. And inflammation, which you and me and everybody Shocky Shaz suffer from, it came down 25% a month. So those aches and pains and stiffness that we all get as we get older, greatly diminished, greatly diminished. And then the last part is maintenance. Once you get to your goal, we want you to be able to stay there. How do you do it? You have the world's most perfect meal for breakfast every morning. You have a lunch and dinner. And every 2 months, do another 48-hour detox. That's what I do. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So Shocky shares, that's the whole, as they say, the whole enchilada. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand? And good, I'm glad your hunger's gone. This is going to make it even better. So here's the website again for all of you to go to. It's free to go there. We will not contact you if you go. The only way we'll contact you is if you scroll down, you get a free consultation and free coaching. The only thing you're buying on this is food. That's it. There's no supplements, lotions, potions, pills, whatever. And these people were not allowed to exercise, but you certainly can exercise, and you can go over that with your coaches. Because again, Shocky shares, we have kids as young as 2 doing this. We have a lady 91 years old. We have people with no thyroids. We have a man with a heart transplant. We got people with kidney transplants, people with no gallbladders. We have all kinds of challenges going on, and they just get better. But it's real simple. If you can give your body extraordinary, I mean extraordinary amounts of nutrition in less food, of course your body should work better. That's really the key behind this. I'm glad that it makes sense, Shocky shares. So who else? We're stuck at 2,800 likes. I haven't been paying attention. I just saw that. Come on, everybody. If you like this content, tap on that screen, tap on that screen, tap on that screen. Let's get up to 3,000 and beyond. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or any of you, if you want to tell me, male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight on this. And it's not a diet. You're not counting calories. There was no exercise allowed. It's a detox. And if you don't think you're toxic, you're on the wrong podcast. This is not a diet. And the body changes in this are due to the detox. It has nothing to do with body image or body disfigure, or whatever you want to call it. No, this is all natural. And also, everyone, you need to know, it's the only protocol in the world that's now published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. If you can, any of you, show me anybody on social media, including you, Shocky shares, if you can show me anybody on social media with one shred of medical evidence, it'll be the first time I've ever seen it. I mean, these people are coming on, they're nice people, MDs, PhDs, weight loss coaches, health coaches, fitness trainers, whatever, but they don't have one shred of medical evidence. So you're following something that is not based in science. Now, we have a gentleman here that has done a remarkable job. But Shocky shares, the point is that most people are not going to have the kind of determination and willpower that you've had so far. Congratulations. That's just absolutely, I'm thrilled for you. But we want to take it to the next step because you still don't escape the fact you're storing poisons inside your fat cells. Does that make sense, Shocky? I think you're saying yes, it makes sense. We're all storing these poisons inside our fat cells, and our fat cells are expanding. And you cannot burn fat on any diet or any exercise program, including this. But what you can do is if you can detox the body, those fat cells will shrink. And then if you can build lean muscle in the meantime, it'll support the skin so you'll have limited amount of loose skin, period. I mean, if you look at this lady here, all of you, Julie, look at that. She lost 35 pounds in 37 days. And I think you can see there, Shocky shares, and everybody else, her whole body shrank. Her whole body shrank. That's the detox. That is the detox. Does that make sense to everybody? It's just so fantastic that we're in a position where we can help so many people with this. So who else would like to ask me a question? Anybody else like to ask me a question? Because I'm going to end this. I was thinking I'd do another one, but my voice now, I have to protect it. So I can tell you this, that during like tomorrow, I normally come on around between 7:30 and 8 Eastern Standard Time, and I do a live every 2 hours, at least four. This is my fourth one today. And so invite other people to come here. It's free to go to the website. If you go to that website, everybody, we're not going to contact you. I'm telling you on my kids' lives and my grandkids. Wonderful, wonderful Shocky shares, terrific. And remember, Shocky shares, we're not going to contact you. You have to contact us. Scroll down, and then you get a free coach. And the coaching's free, and the consultation's free, period. And just make sure when you put in the guide your story, because I won't necessarily see those. I mean, we've got so many people that want to do this. But if you put in your journey so far and what you've done, which is remarkable, and you're to be commended for doing it. But we'd like to get you the rest of the way and show you how to detox your body, right? Okay, everybody, I'm going to end this podcast. Would anybody else like to ask one last question? Or if you're curious, if you're male or female, tell me your current height and your current weight, and if you're male or female, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose. This is not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. No calorie counting. No one was even allowed to exercise. You certainly can exercise if you want to. But we've already proven that diet and exercise is not a strategy to lose weight. Oh, here it is. Let me read from the study from UCLA. Here's what they said. Dieting and exercise ineffectiveness parallels all diets. Like nearly every dieting method, combining diet and exercise proves unsuccessful for sustaining meaningful weight loss long term. That's all I can tell you. Exercise is for cardiovascular. It's not for weight loss. And as a matter of fact, on this, when people exercise, they don't lose weight any faster than if they don't exercise. Oh, JMW. Okay, good. Wonderful, Wake 144. But let's go a female, 52, 256. Oh, you know what I'm missing? I need your height. Unless you're 5'2". Is that 5'2" or are you 52? I don't ask women for their ages, but I need to know. You're 5'11". Okay, you're really tall. All right, so I would say at 5'11", we'd probably want you to be about 145. That means from 250 to 145, that's 111 pounds. So JMW, in the first 4 days, you should lose at least 8 pounds in 4 days. By Thanksgiving, oh my gosh, by Thanksgiving, you should be around 231, 233. By Christmas, you're easily going to be down around like 208. So from 208 down to 140 is going to be, 68 pounds. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm giving you the low averages, right? You should be, let's see, yeah, by the middle of March, you should be 140, just to give you an idea. That's not anything unusual, and that's without anybody exercising. Do you get that? No, JM. Read the headline. Discover how you can safely drop weight in months, weeks, not months, building 6 to 9% lean muscle, zero exercise, and keeping it off. The thing that they proved in this, when no one was allowed to exercise, they wear Fitbits. And the reason they wanted to do this, two things. One, they didn't want exercise to be an influencer. And number two, they wanted to prove, could people lose this kind of weight and instead of losing any lean muscle, gain 6 to 9% lean muscle? Because this is not based on calories. This is based on massive, massive amounts of nutrition in very small quantities of food. And here's how it works. So JMW, 30% of what you would consume on this, and you'd get a grocery list. And by the way, this was developed by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world. And they're the ones that did this. They had done 100 studies over 40 years. They were paid to analyze diets. And sadly, they never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. And 2/3 of everybody ended up weighing more than when they started. And 25 to 40% of the weight you're losing on any diet, they proved that is lean muscle mass, which slows down your metabolism. That's why 2/3 of people are gaining more weight than they lost. So when they put this together, it was based on what they learned in these blue zones. And maybe you've heard of the blue zones where a lot of people live to be 100, no one's overweight, and no one is and they're healthy. And there were 3 things they did that became part of this. One, much smaller portion sizes, but those foods they consumed, they concentrated on high levels of nutrition. And then they detoxed every couple months. That's what this is based on. So the first thing that happened, they put together a grocery list for her, and you'd get it. You'd take it to your grocery store, proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. But instead of calories, you're going to get serving sizes. but only 30% of what you spent last month you'd buy from your grocery store. The other 70% that makes this work comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, from other researchers who brought these back. Those foods and the foods from your grocery store is what we would consume. Then they invented a new way of eating called protein pacing. You can actually look it up. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. And what they did, 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. This was until she lost her weight. She started with these exotic foods from around the world, nothing from the grocery store. Lunch from the grocery, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner from these exotic foods from around the world. Then 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods from around the world. And this is where the detox occurred. Now, in case you didn't know, I'm going to go real fast on this. Last night, when we all went to sleep, as long as we didn't eat too late, once the body slowed down digestion, it automatically begins a normal detox method called autophagy, where your body's getting rid of the dead cells. It's got to happen every single night. You got to get rid of those dead cells. But that's not powerful enough to pull these poisons out of our visceral fat, where the body's storing herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. So for that, they needed, the key to this was really small amounts of food on those 2 days, but huge amounts of nutrition, because you need the fuel to run what? The detox mechanism. Now, they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, just to let you know, and proved that this was removing the poisons from the body. They also found that inflammation, which plagues all of us, came down 25% a month. The diabetics in this saw their need for insulin drop by 50% in a month. And she's been able to maintain it for 9 years and gain 6 to 9% lean muscle mass despite no exercise. I'll show you another woman, younger woman here. She lost 21 pounds in a month. And you can see her bloating in her stomach on day 1 versus day 30, how much she detoxed. Now, the next woman, this woman lost 100 pounds. Talk about muscle mass. Look at her. That picture's 2 months old. She lost 100 pounds and kept it off for 12 years. And look at her muscle development. Talk about not losing lean muscle. I mean, this is the most incredible thing on the planet. And the other thing that you need to understand, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. A, it's safe, and B, it's proven that it works. So I know I went really fast. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so Corey, here's what you need to do. JMW, does that make sense? Are you excited? Here's what you all can do. Here's the website you go to, the New Health Conversation. All right, I want you all to give me a yes if you can read this. The New Health Conversation, okay? JMW, that's where you go. The New Health Conversation. And JMW, if you go there, I swear on my kids' lives and my grandkids, we're not going to contact you. The only way we'll contact you, JM, you're in control. If you like what you see, scroll down and you get a free consultation and free coaching the whole time. How much is the consultation? $0. How much is the coaching? $0. We all got coached. And what we've been blessed at the New Health Conversation, JMW, is a movement. It's not a company. We don't have any products. We don't sell anything. We're researchers. We're bringing you the medical knowledge. We all got coached. And what's happened is a lot of people go on this, they have amazing results, and then they say, hey, we'd like to help somebody else. So it's like people help. What a great concept. I started the New Health Conversation 23 years ago with one person. That would be me. Do you know in 23 years we've helped 500,000? No, Corey, not at the New Health Conversation. Corey, it's just the new. Everybody, it's the New Health Conversation. I want you all to be clear. Not that at the New Health Conversation is my TikTok site. There's 1,200 videos, but there's no medical proof and you won't get a coach. You have to just go to the New Health Conversation. Do you see that, Corey? Do you see it, JMW? So again, is everybody excited about the prospects? And again, on my kids' lives and my grandkids, we're not going to contact anybody going there. We don't do that. We're giving you the option. Good, gotcha. And like I said, JMW, that you'll get a free consultation and a free coach the whole time. The whole coaching thing is free. Also, just to let you know, JMW, it sounds a little bit complicated, but the researchers who created this is what they gave to the patients that they were in the studies, the blueprint. And each one of these yellows here is a daily video from them explaining it's safe, here's what's going on in your body. So think of this like a nutritional, medical, nutritional prescription. I mean, it's not really a prescription, but it kind of is. And the researchers who created that, they don't sell anything. We don't sell anything. There are no products to buy. You're buying food and a new way of consuming food. I know it sounds too good to be true. It's better than that. Because the other thing that I would tell you, Corey or JMW, if you go to the site, you like what you see, you scroll down, and to get a free coach, it'll say 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify that. What they're talking about is 30% of the food you're going to buy from your grocery store, they're not going to refund your money if this doesn't work. But the other 70% from these other researchers, no questions asked, you do it for the month, you're getting a month's worth of food is what you're doing. Even if you eat all the food, they'll give you 100% of your money back if it doesn't work. You don't have to have an excuse, you don't have to have a reason. They'll even pay return shipping. I mean, if there's anything like this on social media, what would it be? So it's 70% of what you're going to, I mean, think about any of these diets. Keto, paleo, you're buying all this food. What do you do when it doesn't work? You're not getting a refund from the grocery store. So that's the bottom line for all of you, for all of this, if that makes sense, right? All right, now I am going to end. Oh, no, wait a minute. We're at 2903. Can you, all the people that are on here, please just tap on your screen. Let's get to 3,000. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. No, JMW, thank you. Thank you for listening. It's really, really important for you. But I think you get the concept, JMW. This is a detox. It's not a diet. The weight loss is just sort of this bonus of detoxification. And also, let me just tell all of you, including JMW and Corey, this is the medical syndrome that's a registered trademark by the U.S. Patent Office. The T is for toxins we're storing in our fat cells, caused because we don't have the D is for nutritional deficiency, overweight, and stress. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, of a new medical syndrome, invented, discovered by Peter Greenlaw. Who's that? Oh, that would be me. So I found a medical syndrome that every person in the world has. That's a pretty big deal, isn't it? And I'm not trying to impress you, but I want to impress upon you. I'm not just some guy up here yakking. I've written 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world. I did 20 shows on PBS. I've been interviewed on the 4 biggest daytime shows in America and did over 1,500 live lectures in universities and hospitals and towns before COVID. And 2 years in a row, I was a keynote at Autism One in Chicago, one of the largest autism conferences in the world. So I'm not just some person, okay? And I started this movement. You definitely have the stress thing. Okay, well, JMW, this massively lowers stress, massive. There's ingredients actually, to be honest with you, that come from Mongolia that have been proven. I'll tell you the story. I think it's true. Genghis Khan literally gave these nutrients to his troops. And that's why they were such ferocious fighters, because they were basically calm. I'm telling you. It's crazy. It's all natural. It really, really lowers stress. Because going into battle would probably be something that would pretty stress anybody out, I'm sure, right? We hit 3,000. Thank you all. Thank you. 3,100. Oh, you're all going wild now. Now you're waking up and tapping on that screen. Tap on that screen. Tap on that screen. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here, JMW and Corey and everybody else that's been supportive of my work and my research and our research. Remember, the New Health Conversation, we want to make it the biggest podcast in the world. It does go all over the world, but we're just getting started. So 500,000 is just a blip in terms of, we have 2.5 billion people worldwide that are overweight, and 1 billion of those are clinically obese. We're now at the United States, Johns Hopkins Medical School predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese in just 4 years. So we need a solution, and this is the solution. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much again for being here. I really appreciate all of you, okay? I'm going to sign off.